Check, 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 check. Good morning. Let's do this. Counter and Marshall Show. Get on that stream. Hang out with the Horde, man. Great group of people. Watch the show all morning long. Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Like, follow, and subscribe. As always, you can listen to the show. You can download the Rock 1061 app for free. Get us in your in-home smart speaker and check us out at rock1061.com. Marshall, good morning.
Good morning. Let's go.
So, woke up yesterday, back hurting horribly.
Okay.
Old man Cotter kicking it again. Wake up this morning, back pain's gone.
Okay, cool.
Feeling great.
Starting off Tuesday, I like this. Well.
And then after work, because Thursday, of course, taking my daughter to college in Arkansas, so she wanted to hit up the beach. So I'm holding off my nap until about 2 o'clock this afternoon, taking the blanket out to Tybee, and I'm going to pass out for 2 hours.
You're to come back a lobster tomorrow for the show.
Totally worth it.
Perfect.
Okay, I love sleeping on the beach. Haven't done it in years.
Okay.
Goals today.
You know what?
Goals today.
It seems like you're kind of fitting in the things you want this afternoon, even on a beach trip for your daughter. So congratulations.
I asked permission from my daughter because I'm like, hey, if we go, is that all right if I nap? And she's like, I don't care. You do you. I just want to go to the beach. I'm like, cool.
Yeah, her favorite state of her father is just him asleep. So, you know.
It's how she knows. It's how she knows me best.
Yeah,
you know,
it's just to sleep on the couch.
Yeah, so
or a beach.
I might as well just go with what I know, what she knows. One last time, before she leaves. So cannot wait for that. So if you're out on Tybee, see me napping, just let me sleep. That's all I ask. Coming up on the show today, Marshall will get quizzed in the face. It's been a minute since we've done half-second Name That Tune. So we're going to do that with bands that are playing Welcome to Rockville today.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to take your calls, comments, and texts. What is the most unacceptable thing that have you ever seen someone do on an airplane?
Yeah, there's lots of stories out there. You guys killed it on the Facebook last night, man. We had dozens of comments.
We'll get to the Dude of the Week death match, and of course, we'll kick off the show with About Last Night. Rick and Morty, the season finale is set. It's going to be an hour long. More details about that. The slowest pitch in Major League Baseball went down on Saturday. This video is outstanding.
It's something that you can't believe actually happened when you kind of look at it. You're like, no way. It's so strange. We got to talk about that.
And we'll kick off the show next. Bam Margera is suing the guys in Jackass. Got that story to kick off. Cotter and Marshall. Here's All Good Things and For the Glory. Rock 106.1.
Morning, everyone. Good morning. Hope everyone's doing well on this Tuesday. A little groggy, but here we are at it again. As Cotter said, quick programming note for everyone early this morning, kind of hanging out with us. We are off Thursday and Friday. Cotter's taking care of the business, getting the kid to college. Just a heads up there. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say morning, Bert, Terabyte, Wanda.
First story up, obviously, talking about Bam Margera. This came out yesterday afternoon, the first details of it. But, Bam is continuing his tirade of being a small child because he refuses to get help.
Yeah, this one, I mean, I don't know. I get lawyers are going to do what lawyers are going to do, and they're going to take cases even when they're stupid. And I don't know, maybe he's got a case. I don't know. It just seems like such a stretch, especially with where he's at right now.
Yeah.
Just in his life, which is not a good spot.
He hasn't been in a good spot in 12 years.
Yeah.
Like, ridiculous. Bert, there is a metal show being announced today at Victory North. We know of it. We've talked to the guys at Victory North about it, and that's all we're going to say. But, I don't know what time that show officially gets announced, but I know it is going down today. So, hey, anytime they're doing show announcements, we get excited. So, hopefully that'll officially get announced. We can talk to you guys about it.
Yeah. Wanda, doing great. Ready to divorce the hubby the past 2 days. Life is fantastic.
All right. That's a positive way to look at things.
Good morning.
Nice. All right, then. Yeah, yesterday, you'll be proud of me, Cotter, got the front yard mowed.
Oh, nice.
First time in like almost a month.
Yeah.
But got that bitch mowed, edged up real nice. Ooh, she looks good.
Perfect. Yeah, for whatever reason. So I mowed my backyard finally, not this past weekend, the weekend prior. Couldn't get to it because of rain, life, all that stuff. My backyard grows so much faster than the front yard. I looked out, we grilled out the other night, or I let the dog out last night, and I stand there, I'm looking at my yard, I'm like, what the F, man? Why do I need to mow again?
Yesterday was like the worst day, especially when it came to humidity, but also the best day for grass to grow. Like, it was just ridiculous. So humid yesterday and today, too. Today's like already stupid humid.
Bert, was that a planned I've been up since 2 a.m. or an unfortunate, damn it, I've been up since 2 a.m.?
Guessing it was with his laugh after the comment, I'm guessing it means he hates his life and he's not excited that he's been up since 2 a.m.
I get it.
Yeah.
All right, got about 25 seconds. Story number one about last night. All right, guys, be right back. Good morning. Thank you for hanging out on air and on the stream. Story number one about last night. We've talked about this several times over the past few months. Bam Margera, he's in a bad space right now, man. I think everybody can agree, just like the dude, to get some help. I mean, the director of Jackass, Jeff Tremaine, obtained a 3-year restraining order against Margera after he sent death threats and threatened his family. He was fired from Jackass 4. Well, now Bam is suing because of that firing. He's suing Johnny Knoxville, Spike Jonze, Jeff Tremaine, along with Paramount Pictures, MTV, Dick House Entertainment, and Gorilla Films. He claims the three men pressured him into signing a wellness agreement while he was in rehab back in 2019 in order to participate in the upcoming Jackass Forever movie.
Yeah, and so he said that this agreement subjected him to regular drug and alcohol tests, which you would think would be a good thing for him because he's a bit of an addict. He's been to rehab dozens and dozens of times. He's been on camera dozens and dozens of times being under the influence. Well, he said he was forced to take a cocktail of prescription drugs that left him depressed and drained and restricted his ability to travel, work, and live his life. Now, he was ultimately booted from the film because apparently he tested positive for Adderall, which he says is something he's been prescribed for like a decade. Now, he's obviously had issues ever since one of his best friends in the world, Ryan Dunn, passed away. And it's just been this weird, like, every single time you caught up with the guy, you saw him on camera, he just looked worse and worse. He just looks terrible at this point, and he just doesn't seem well. And he hasn't in a very long time. And he's tried to get help, and he's had interventions. And he's gone to rehab. He can't seem to get out of this weird cycle that he's currently in. And it doesn't seem like there's any end. And now he's suing people, but he also has this restraining order, and it just doesn't look good for this kid.
No, he said he was tortured by his former co-stars before he was fired. The lawsuit alleges treatment that was inhumane, discriminatory. He's kind of comparing himself to the Britney Spears case, which I think is a stretch. But he is suing for damages, and he wants to block the release of the upcoming movie,
which is coming out in October in movie theaters. I don't think this is ever going to work out for him. I think that he's going to waste a ton of money trying to get this lawsuit off the ground and actually try to get anything going for himself. I think, honestly, probably the guys of Jackass, and they've gone out in public and said, we hope he gets the help he needs. I think they're legitimate in that. I don't think they want to really hurt this kid. I mean, why would they? They've worked with them for years and years and years. So, man, it's sad to see kind of Bam go this way, especially against the guys that you think would be, the closest to him.
Yeah, I mean, 100%. I mean, and you always hear people say somebody can't get help until they want it. He does not want it yet, obviously. But the shining light of this to me it will always be Steve-O. This guy was in such a bad spot as well, turned his life completely around.
Yeah.
If that guy can do it, there's still hope for Bam when he's ready to get help. So
you think?
I'm hoping he gets there. Fingers are crossed. All right, coming up next, story number 2 about last night. The slowest pitch in Major League Baseball history was thrown this past Saturday. It reminded me of something like out of a wiffle ball game. It was crazy stuff. We got that story up next. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
Brock, and the guy who threw it was Brock Holt.
Brock Holt.
Which that's the name they use for like the villain in Back to the Future. Brock Holt.
It's true. That's true. I like that. Speaking of, I watched Back to the Future the other day.
Did you?
Yeah, I was on the weekend. The wife and Ella went to PetSmart. They had like an adoption event. So they took a couple of the foster cats over. And I was flipping through the Olympics where it was rough. It was rough pickings for the Olympics. So I was just seeing what else was on, and it was just like on TBS or TNT for the 12 millionth time.
Right.
So I'm like, I'll watch this.
Morning, Charles. What's up, buddy?
What's up, Charles?
Bert's been up with the dog since 2 a.m.
Oh.
I have small dogs. They have the energy to, like, I don't know, exist for about, I don't know, an hour max at a time, and then after that, they have to fall asleep.
Yeah.
That's the life.
Yeah. I mean, my dog's still lots of energy. When we were on vacation, and we took him to Barks, like the doggy daycare, and he spent basically the weekend there. He crashed for 2 days. That dude did not move. So he'll be going there again this weekend as we go to Arkansas. So next week, that dude will be out.
Nice.
Morning, Jeremy.
All right, guys, got a couple more stories before we wrap up this hour. Going to talk about the slowest pitch in Major League Baseball history, which just recently happened this past weekend. We'll also talk about Rick and Morty. If you guys have not watched Rick and Morty, something to definitely get into. Marshall, my Bonnaroo tickets make it to a good home. Oh, what up, Ryan? Yeah, they're definitely going to make it to a good home. We don't have a spot for them yet, but we'll find one. But yeah, so if you guys haven't been checking out Rick and Morty, especially this season, Cotter was telling me just before we got on the air, he thinks it's like the best season they've done in, I guess it'd only be like a couple of years because they do take their sweet ass time releasing it. But yeah, this season's great, dude. I love it.
I think it's my favorite since probably the second. Because was it last season was okay.
Everyone seemed to just think last season was okay, and then season 2 and 3 people loved.
Yeah. So it's definitely better. It's good. I like it a lot. So the Field of Dreams game is coming up this Thursday.
It's Yankees and White Sox, right?
Yankees and White Sox. They got the throwback uniforms, kind of from like the movie,
right,
with the White Sox.
And there's no wall, right? It's just the cornfield.
Let me look, because I want to say they're not playing on the actual field. They built a new field next to it, didn't they?
I don't know
what it is. Because I want to say it was like they built. I mean, I hope it's just the. I don't know. It's so hard. Yeah, because see, it's like there's two fields. There's like this one, I think, was the actual Field of Dreams.
Oh,
they built this.
Oh, no, I didn't see that.
In the location. Yeah, so they built another one there. I mean, it's super tiny.
Yeah,
I mean, it only holds so many people.
So it's just like a football field away, and they built like more of a legit field for the game. Oh, okay.
Guy Fieri has helped out with a special creation, taking the fans to Flavortown. Special hot dog apple pie.
Yes, he actually was on with the guys at Pardon My Take. What was it? What's today? Tuesday? Yesterday.
Yeah. Okay.
So he was on. He actually explained it all. But yeah, tell us about it.
All right. It is described as a hot dog smothered in Guy's homemade bacon jam and apple filling, then placed inside a flaky rectangle-shaped pie crust, and then drizzled with apple mustard, brown sugar, and apple pie spice.
Yeah. It sounds amazing. And so Guy actually, I guess they made like 6,000 of these things.
Okay.
And they're going to be available at that ballpark for those games because they're doing like a series of games, like not just one, right? It's 2 or 3 or something like that.
Let's see exactly what this is. Because the way I understood, I thought it was just the one. Thursday, August 12th. I mean, it's such a cool idea. I wish. I mean, it's. I hope like the NHL doing their like outside annuals.
Yeah.
I hope they do this every year.
Yeah, no, they should. It makes a lot of sense for them. But so they made like 6,000 of these apple pie or hot dog apple pie deals, and it's going to be exclusively at the ballpark. But Guy thinks they're so good and they're so like fantastic that he wants to see them just like on store shelves. So there's a chance of that, and if that's the truth, then I'm definitely trying it.
And I'm not a big fan of fruit, so I can't say I'm excited about this at all.
You don't like apple pies from McDonald's?
No.
You don't like?
I don't really like apples. I mean, they're not like banana hatred.
Do you like any fucking fruits, man?
Not really.
What's wrong with you?
No, I don't like. I love vegetables.
Do you like grapes?
Grapes, I can eat grapes.
Peaches?
No.
Pears?
No. God,
plums?
No.
Kiwis?
I don't know if I've had a kiwi. I just don't like fruit.
Cherries?
Cherries are okay.
What do you mean they're okay?
I know, they're just okay.
All right, we need to do like the Mount Rushmore of fruit. see what your dumbass picks.
I like blueberries. Blueberries are good.
That's the one fruit you like.
I'm thinking, tomato a fruit or a vegetable?
It's debatable.
Yeah, I know. I like tomatoes. I don't
more vegetables.
I love vegetables. I just not a big fan of fruits.
Really?
Yeah, it's weird. I get it. Like green beans, asparagus, broccoli, love it.
Green beans, garbage.
Green beans are good, man. You got to. It especially depends on how you cook them. Asparagus, awesome. I can't. So my kids don't like asparagus, so I usually don't eat it. Can't wait for them to be gone. I'm going to be grilling up some asparagus, and I'm very excited about it.
Asparagus, me and asparagus had a moment. I just got bored of it.
I get that. My wife will love that. I'm going to tell this story. She's one of the people that it's like you have that gene where asparagus really makes your pee stink.
Oh.
So it affects her really bad. So she's like, yeah, I can eat it like once every 3 months. That's all you're getting.
Morning, Tony. She goes, avocado, tomatoes.
Love avocado. Love tomato.
But I don't consider avocado a fruit.
If those are fruits.
Tomatoes aren't fruits.
There you go. I love fruit.
Hold on. Let me Google
Call
this.
the avocados and tomatoes.
Is a tomato a fruit?
All right, Bert. See you later, man. Get some sleep, dude. Get some sleep.
I wrote, is a tomato a fruit? And on Google, like the first line is just bold and says, yes, a tomato is a fruit.
See, I like that fruit.
Hold on, let me try avocado then.
I love avocado. I'll eat avocado in anything. But I would say those aren't your stereotypical fruit by any means.
Well, they say also an avocado is a fruit.
There you go. 2. There you go. My power rankings right there. My Mount Rushmores.
Tomato and avocado.
Apples I can eat. Pears no. Strawberries I don't mind. Strawberries okay.
Okay. Yeah, strawberries are like right up there. It's like top 3 fruits for me. Cherries, strawberries, raspberries. Dude, I love raspberries.
Raspberries are good. I hate melon of any kind.
All melons. You're a melon racist.
Cantaloupe is right up there with bananas.
Mellist. You're a mellist.
Cantaloupe is right up there with bananas. Cantaloupe stinks. It tastes disgusting.
No one honestly likes cantaloupe. No one's like, throw me a cantaloupe, bro. Cracks it open and eats it. No one likes that shit. Fresh cut green beans are all the way. Throw some asparagus in the oven with a drizzle of all.
I'm all about it. All about it.
Your little hand emoji. Still terrible.
Be right back. So every so often in Major League Baseball, there's the scenario in the game when a position player has to come in and pitch. That scenario went down this past Saturday. Rangers losing to the A's 12-3. So the Rangers sent in third baseman Brock Holt. Goes to the mound.
Brock Holt.
And his first pitch was record-setting. His first pitch was the slowest pitch to be called a strike since Major League Baseball kept track of this stuff. I guess 2008 was when they started tracking the slowest pitches.
Yeah, I guess it makes sense because why would you ever do that?
Yeah, no, 100%.
Yeah, Major League Baseball finally kind of figured that out. So Brock Holt's opening pitch counter was 31.3 miles per hour. That is the slowest pitch to be called a strike in Major League Baseball history.
It's something called, what they call it, an ephus pitch?
Yeah.
So it's just this like moonshot of a pitch that arches way high, and it looked like a slow pitch softball pitch.
Oh, yeah.
And then it just drops into the strike zone. The batter didn't know what to do. I mean, as a batter, you're not facing a pitcher. You know you're not getting a 90-mile-per-hour fastball.
Mm-hmm.
But you have no idea that you're getting a 31-mile-per-hour pitch.
No, and the batter was actually, he was laughing after it was called a strike. He just kind of shook his head. He's like, yep, I deserve that. Well, the Rangers still lost that game 12-3. But, Brock Holt, which is one of the best names ever.
Yes.
It sounds like a villain to a Back to the Future movie.
Could be a porn star.
Or a porn. Literally, the name could do anything. That's the most versatile name I may have ever heard in my life. Anyway, the Rangers still lost the game, but at least Brock Holt is going down in history. So I don't know if that's ever going to be replicated or beat.
I mean, can you imagine slower?
I can't. It wouldn't even make it to the plate.
I know.
Because, it was already an ephus pitch, or what I call it was a lollipop throw. Like way up in the air, and it kind of came down just in the perfect spot.
He delivered a scoreless inning, too, on top of it. 6 pitches. Under 40 miles an hour.
It was pretty incredible stuff. Now, Anthony Rizzo, formerly of the Chicago Cubs, currently of the Yankees, he was known to come in as a positional player and pitch a little bit, but he never hit records like this. Maybe that's why he was traded.
If you're the A's and you need just a short relief guy, I'd consider bringing him back.
Yeah.
How hard is it going to be for a professional batter to adjust from 90 to 30 miles per hour? It's going to throw them off. every damn time.
Yeah, the Athletics, who I think are actually doing pretty good, should trade for Brock Holt and use him as a relief pitcher in the playoffs.
All right, coming up next, one more story and about last night. Going to talk Rick and Morty. Got some details about the season finale. Here is Chevelle and Self-Destructor. It is the Cotter and Marshall Show. Rock 106.1. I'm going to get my coffee.
Okay. All right, getting into more of our fruit talk that we were doing during the break. All right, mangoes are delicious. Mangoes are straight up delicious. I hate cutting mangoes. Like, you have to honestly, you have to learn how to cut a mango, and fruit should never be that difficult, guys. So straight up, mangoes I love. That would probably get close to my top, like my Mount Rushmore of fruits. Cantaloupe, I don't know, guys. I'm not into it. I can't do cantaloupe. Tony, Heather, I'm sorry. Cantaloupe, sort of gross to me.
Oh, it's disgusting. It stinks. Tastes bad.
Ryan goes a durian. Those are disgusting. Avocados are good. Technically, coffee is also. Tony, you're too damn smart.
Bringing the facts.
Yeah. You don't realize how dumb of a show we're trying to keep.
Yeah, I just can't do melons. My family will get like a big watermelon and just slice
you don't
it
like
up.
Watermelon?
No, it's gross. I don't know. It's just not my thing. I mean, once again, bananas.
Is it the texture or flavor?
Flavor. Bananas are king when it comes to disgusting, and will forever be. I could if I had to. If it's like, hey, eat some watermelon, okay. Eat a banana, F you.
Pineapple?
I like pineapple.
Okay.
Pineapple's delicious.
Yeah.
No, pineapple is delicious.
Great things come to people who wait, Marshall. Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever had. I've had like mango salsa. I like that. That's good. I don't think I've ever had just straight up mango.
Dude, I love mangoes. There's a bitch to like. Mangoes, like, essentially the core of a mango is garbage. It's just this thick, unedible piece of garbage that's in the middle of your mango. So you pretty much have to cut it like in half, and then you have to dice it up one way and then dice it the other, so you make little mango cubes, and then you kind of slice them off the skin. And that's how you eat mango.
It was like a pain in the ass.
It's a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Like, after you get done, like, cutting up a mango, you're exhausted. You're like, why is this fruit so difficult? But I would say one of the worst fruits is an apple.
Really?
Yep, don't care for apples.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of them, but I can eat them. I mean, if I had to.
I like apples in, like, pies.
Right.
Like, I love that. That's cool. I mean, it's not like I, eat apple pies more than twice a year, but
right.
I'm just saying, like, apples overall, I don't care for the texture very much.
I get that.
It's a little too weirdly mushy.
Yeah.
And just the flavor of any apple I'm never really into.
Granny Smith are pretty good. No?
Yeah. Not one of my go-tos. Strawberry, pineapple. I like kiwis a lot.
Yeah.
Kiwis, once again, another fruit, takes more work than they're really worth.
I probably have had kiwis in something. I don't think I've ever just had a kiwi.
Yeah, they're just a kind of a green,
Yeah.
I don't know, fruit.
I've not had jackfruit, Wanda.
I don't know. What's a jackfruit? Hold on. Got to Google this.
Is the largest tree fruit in the world. Can reach up to 80 pounds. Has
Nope.
a subtle, sweet, and fruity flavor. Mm-mm.
I don't think I've ever had it.
I think I've seen it at the store.
It's a species of tree in the fig. I mean, you don't really think about it, but lime. I think I would probably put lime damn near up in the Mount Rushmore.
Oh, dude, I love lime.
Like, you use lime in everything.
Yeah.
You don't even realize how much you use lime in your life. Like,
Yeah.
every time you go to a Mexican joint, you use lime. Like, it's
Love limes.
drinks, margaritas. You got like an ounce and a half of lime in there, which is like 12 limes.
My wife she won't eat a lemon, but she'll like suck on a lemon. She loves lemons.
Tastes like, yeah, they're in, yeah. Jackfruit is durian? Is that true? I don't think that's true.
All right, we got about a minute. Final story about last night.
Hold on. It's a common myth that jackfruit and durian are actually one and the same, when in reality, the two fruits are quite different. Yeah, suck it. You're wrong. Although they do look quite similar. I get why people mistake them for one another. I still stand by it. They're correct. All right, so I found this story about Massachusetts. I'll bring it up after the break.
All right, coming right back, guys. Good morning. Thank you for hanging out. Story number 3 about last night. Rick and Morty, season 5. It debuted, June?
Yeah, June 20th.
I just finally, over the weekend, sat down and dove into season 5. In my opinion, best season in a while. Last season to me was just okay. Season 3 was good. But this season, I think, is just really solid.
It's ridiculous. I mean that's what Rick and Morty is overall, but this season is absolutely ridiculous. Now, they just played their most recent episode, and they announced that they're going to take a month break, which is kind of weird, and then they're going to come back with their season finale for season 5, which is going to be an hour long.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay waiting a little bit. Heck, I waited until this weekend to even start this season. So if I got to wait a month, I'm okay with this.
Yeah, so they have a clip for the season finale, which Morty and Rick are having arguments, and, well, it gets out of hand. And actually, we have a clip. Can we play that?
Yeah.
You know what? Replace me, Rick. Just do it. I'll see your bluff call and raise you reality. Behold, my wheel of better things than Morty. Come on, anything but Morty. Good stuff. Okay, that's it. 2 crows. You're fired.
That's so funny.
All right, so we need to get a wheel in here so I can create a wheel of things better than Cotter.
That's fine.
2 crows.
This season, though, I like that they've focused on the family quite a bit. There is the absolute insanity of Rick and Morty, just giant incest baby in space. If you know, you know.
It's true.
You know. And I think this season has actually had a lot of heart. You're seeing a little weird backstory stuff that maybe we've not seen before. In one of the later episodes, Rick was trying to save his friend Bird Person, and you get some talk about, Beth and his daughter and how she may have died in this man. There's so much little things they're throwing at you, that just kind of, if you piece everything together, I think by the time this thing is done, not that everything's going to tie together, but I think you're going to see a lot of little things that they threw at you throughout the seasons that just come in to a massive picture that they have painted for the end.
So you're saying this thing is a masterpiece. We just don't know it yet.
I 100%. I'm really starting to think at the end of it, there's going to be this reveal, and you're going to be able to go back and watch these episodes. You're going to be like, they dropped that hint in season 1. They dropped this hint in season 5. So I'm interested to see how it goes. Just as you just get little nuggets, man, and you got to pay attention.
Yeah, and so if you haven't watched Rick and Morty yet, we highly, highly recommend it. I think all the episodes are currently on HBO Max or Hulu or, I don't know, steal them. That's not a problem. But go check it out. Rick and Morty season finale coming up on September 5th, Labor Day weekend.
So everybody is shifting to buying pretty much everything online. We got a story about this coming up next. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1. So we talked the other day about Trey Parker and Matt Stone getting $900 million.
Yeah.
For another however many seasons of South Park and various other things. Well, with some of that cash, they're going to start, shockingly enough, their own weed business, based on Integrity Farms, which is the pot company Randy Marsh starts in season 22.
That's fantastic.
They're tying it into the show. So
yes, they should.
That's all. No, they totally should. That's pretty amazing. They're in, the whole show's based in Colorado. Why not?
So they're going to create a weed farm in Colorado called Integrity Farms.
I don't know. They just said they're going to, based on Integrity Farms, The pot company, Randy Marsh, starts in season 22. I mean, maybe they'll do it in California because I think they're based out of California.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, to me, show's based in Colorado.
Yeah,
Do it in Colorado.
You got to do it in Colorado. Come on.
But taking that $900 million and investing in their future.
Tony says, dude, I bought some stuff at 4 in the morning yesterday on Amazon and got it at 5 p.m. Holy crap. That's amazing. Terabyte. Hey, I'm Ricky Bobby. If you don't watch Rick and Morty, then fuck you.
Dude, this season's been so good.
Yeah, I've watched up to like the Thanksgiving episode, so I think I'm an episode or two behind. So yeah, I gotta watch that. Maybe I'll watch that tonight, actually.
Yeah, I want to say I watched. I think I completed it.
Oh, Tony, you bought Halloween stuff? That's awesome. Yeah, I went into Target over the weekend. Yeah, stupid back to school crap's still up.
Okay. Yeah, I did watch all of it because.
How many episodes are there in season 5? Am I crazy? Is there
8?
Okay,
and then obviously 9 with the finale.
Okay. Yeah, so we have 6, 7. Yeah, I think I'm 2 episodes behind.
Yeah, good man.
So yeah, coming up next, like Cotter said, going to talk about a little online shopping, and then we're going to get into our call-in segment, guys, and we really need your stories, so please drop them into the chat. Our question today is, what is the most unacceptable thing that you've ever seen someone do on a plane? Once again, what is the most unacceptable thing that you've ever seen anyone do on an airplane? Let us know your stories by dropping them into the chat for us, and we'll share those right at 7 o'clock. The more details, the better.
Go ahead.
I said once again, the question is, what is the most unacceptable thing that you've ever seen someone do on an airplane?
I completely forgot about this, but then I was talking to my wife. She's like, "You're going to tell the story about our honeymoon, right?" And I'm like, "The honeymoon?" And she's like, "Yeah, the lady." I'm like, "Oh, I completely forgot about this story." But it came flooding back. Maybe I tried to block it from my mind. But I'll tell the story about our flight to Florida on our honeymoon 22 years ago because I'm old. All right, I'm going to go get my coffee. We've got like 4 minutes.
Oh, sorry, guys. There we go. Ryan, gross. If you don't mind, if there's more details to that story, please feel free to share them. Once again, our call-in segment today is, what is the most unacceptable thing that you've ever seen someone do on an airplane? Please drop your stories in to the chat here when you have a moment. Elaine, good morning. Although you just wrote 2 letters, maybe you're having a stroke. I hope everything's well. So, man, turning around that South Park money and making your own weed farm based on your South Park fake weed farm. That's genius. It's just essentially you're still promoting yourself. Tony, before or after 9/11, you could help away with all sorts of, you get away with all sorts of things. Whatever stories you got, Tony, tell us the best ones. We don't care. So in this recent news article I found coming out of 7 News Boston, Massachusetts has been named the best state to have a baby.
Okay. Are we looking at cost or is it?
According to Wallet Hub, they've named Massachusetts as the best state to have a baby after comparing the 50 states and the District of Columbia across 31 key measures of cost, healthcare accessibility, as well as baby and family friendliness.
Okay.
Massachusetts boasts the best parental leave policy score and the 3rd lowest infant mortality rate, the study found. Minnesota was named the 2nd best to have a baby, followed by the District of Columbia, New Hampshire, and Vermont. So essentially, if you live in the Northeast, you and your baby are going to have the best life. Now, if you live in the South, it's not so great. Mississippi was named the worst, followed by Alabama, South Carolina, and Louisiana.
Yeah.
So it's almost like if you live in the Southeast, not the best to have a baby.
Georgia wasn't one of the bottom 4?
No, I don't think so. Let me see if
5th?
Hold on, I got the list right here. Let's see. Oh, Georgia's bad. So Georgia comes in number 43 on the list.
Okay.
So let's break it down. So Florida's 40. North Carolina's 42. Georgia's 43. Arkansas's 47. Louisiana's 48. South Carolina's 49. Alabama's 50. Mississippi's 51. Pretty much the South, the whole entire Southeast is not a great spot to have a baby. Tennessee's only 38. There's like no southeastern state that's good to have a baby. Nope.
Not one?
No. Even Illinois shows up at number 20. California's at 28. Jesus.
Damn. Tony, I've heard about that with the whole Denmark thing. They'll leave their kids out in their strollers because it's cold and they'll chill and hang out and take a nap. Weird stuff.
Ryan, thanks for sharing that story, buddy. Appreciate it. Once again, guys, our call-in segment today is, what is the most unacceptable thing you've ever seen done on a plane? Please share your stories with us here on the chat. We'll share them back with you here in right around 7 o'clock or so today. Denmark is awesome. You can leave your baby outside in public to take naps. What?
Yeah, I've seen that recently.
Charles, a company called WalletHub.com did this study based around 31 criteria.
Going back a bit, I agree. We do another Team America would be awesome.
The guys from South Park said that movie was such a pain in the ass to make that they never do it again.
Oh, really? Because of the marionettes?
Yeah.
Yeah. I believe it. I bet it would be a pain in the ass. It was so good. All right, guys, got about 35 seconds.
Is there something specific about the story that you wanted to hit?
I was just going to ask, is there kind of go over the thing? It's like, is there anything you would just never buy online? Which I thought, did I include that in the?
Oh, you may have.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Is there anything you won't buy online? Just going to kind of run down this and then ask that. All right, guys, be right back. Good morning. Thank you for hanging out on air and on the stream this morning. Now, a new poll has found most Americans think they'll eventually just order everything online.
Mm-hmm.
And I think during the pandemic, it really, really hit home for a lot of people just how easy it was. I mean, we're using Amazon for a lot of things anyway, but during the pandemic, you could just order everything online.
Yeah, I mean, just the other day, I ordered the Fart Blaster 3000 online, and it was the easiest experience I ever had, Cotter.
56% of us plan to do more online shopping than we have in the past. 83% said eventually it'll be their primary way to shop, and half of them expect it to happen within the next 5 years. Now, I mean, you can literally order, I don't know, probably everything online.
Yeah, you can order, just about anything.
But, I mean, is there anything that you look at and be like, man, I still need to be in person to buy that?
A couple things. I mean, for me personally, one, a car.
Yes,
big
100%.
time. Yeah, I couldn't just like order a car online and just feel really good about it showing up exactly the way I want it.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I've used online to find cars and then go to the dealership, drive, look at them. But yeah, these new services that like go online, pick your color, pick all this, then we'll deliver it.
Right.
I'm assuming, you've got 30 days that if it's a piece of crap, you can return it, I'd hope. But no, man, buying a car just online blindly, That's a risk.
Another one for me is TVs. Like, I want to go and stare at that television inside of Best Buy for a good 5 minutes before I make my decision.
Now, I'm all for ordering food online. We did a lot of that with the clickless shopping during the pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
Go online, go to Kroger, you go pick
Why
it
is it
up.
called click shopping when all you have to do is click?
I don't know.
I know.
It is.
I know, that's a high thought. Just think about that, guys.
And we did that a lot. But I will say, buying certain items like produce, fruits and vegetables,
Yeah.
I want to be in the store picking those out.
Yeah, you want to fondle those fruits.
I want to squeeze the melons.
Yeah, you want to get your hand all over those tomatoes.
I want to feel the banana, that kind of stuff.
Squeeze the juiciness.
But I mean, because it's like anytime we did that, I always felt they just grabbed okay, nobody's going to buy these tomatoes, so let's give them to the person who'd ordered them online.
Yeah.
So I mean, there are a handful of things that I don't think. I mean, eventually, I don't know. Eventually, you're just going to order everything online. It's just to be the way it is.
You know what? How about this? I'm going to take a stance right here.
Okay.
I am never going to order a bride online. I just don't feel comfortable with it.
I don't know. That's a bold statement.
Yeah,
you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, I'm not gonna order a wife online. I'm not gonna do it. You know what? Take that, America.
All right, fair enough. And we're like,
Take that, Amazon.
Take that, Russia. All right, coming up next, call, comment, and text 800-394-1061. What is the most unacceptable thing you have ever seen someone do on an airplane? My wife reminded me of the story about our honeymoon. We flew down to Disney from Illinois. So I will share that story next. Of course, want yours as well. Lots of great stories on the Facebook page. 800-394-1061. Call, comment, and text. What is the most unacceptable thing that you've ever seen someone do on an airplane? We want your stories. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 1061.
Wanda says she hates buying clothes online. Yeah, I agree there too.
That's a good call.
Dave says you got to buy meat and dairy in person. John says shoes. Charles says shoes. Yeah, you got to try on every pair of shoes. He goes, I have hard feet to fit.
Now, I will say,
brag.
Amazon's pretty good that if you buy clothing on Amazon and it doesn't fit, it is super easy to return.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I agree. I'd much rather try stuff on, but I have purchased things off Amazon and super easy to return, which is nice. Which would you rather hear? Hail to the King or Plush?
Hail to the King.
Done and done.
Oh, Tony says, my car from Carvana comes in today. I don't have to accept the vehicle when it gets here if I don't like it. They require a test drive before the driver leaves. I have 7 days to give it back if I don't like it. Best price I could find for the car I wanted. Super easy process. We searched locally for months now.
All right, there you go.
Yeah, trying to find a car right now is like ridiculous. Like, my wife needs a car pretty badly. It sounds like a jet engine coming into my house every day. And it's leaking. It's definitely, it's getting bad because it's starting to leak some mysterious fluid. Not for sure what it is. Could be oil.
Yeah.
But I'm seeing some swatches in my driveway, and I'm like, great. This is good. She doesn't give a crap. She hasn't even try to fix it or do anything about it. All right, I'm just reading over these stories real quick, so don't mind me.
So we have the Dude of the Week death match to get to today. You can vote on the Cotter and Marshall Show Facebook page. Wyatt Dennis, an 8-year-old kid who sets up a lemonade stand. It sounds like they live kind of outside of Sturgis. Sturgis, of course, kicked off this past weekend. So he sets up a lemonade stand, sells lemonade to bikers on the way into Sturgis, raises money for St. Jude. Great story. Or John Hamill, who is just one of the luckiest MFers on the planet. He won $1 million back in 2006 on a scratch-off, and he recently hit the jackpot again. So you're going with the kid who's helping out St. Jude, and I guess his own college fund as well, or John Hamill, who just keeps winning all of the money. I wouldn't feel douchey about buying it online, Tony. That was never my concern. My concern was the fact that I want to test drive that thing before I get it. But knowing that the driver won't even leave until you test drive it, that's kind of nice. I agree with shoes. When I got some Converse, I got like the all black low top Converse Chuck Taylor shoes.
Yeah.
So I wanted just the all black soles, shoes, everything. And I went to Kohl's, where I had gotten some of those in the past. They didn't have any. And they have a kiosk, though, where you can order them right there online. Mm-hmm. But I was able to try on, a pair of the Converse and get the size right. So I did order shoes that way. And I was a little skeptical because I'm like, just in case. But those turned out good. Now, I get with the one in support local. I mean, I get that 100%. But, sometimes best deal is best deal. I understand.
All right. Sorry. I just got through all reading of those. Terabyte, great story. Thank you for sharing that. Pretty great now. Elaine, Charles, Ryan, thank you all so much for dropping in your stories this morning. Once again, once we dive into the 7 o'clock hour here, a little less than 10 minutes away, we're asking you guys, what's your best story on what's the most inappropriate thing or most unacceptable thing that you've ever seen someone do on an airplane? This includes yourself. Please let us know your stories, and we'll share them here in just a little bit. Anything on the text there?
Salsa Mark, but I don't know if I can decipher what he's saying exactly.
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah.
Sometimes Salsa Mark needs to be put through a filter to kind of understand.
Yeah, I'm trying to... The most unacceptable thing I saw on an airplane was on a red eye from Seattle. Next to me for having it sex. I said she going to blow me next. She just gave me the ugliest look in the world, so I got up and moved. The guy was biting his lip when I was that time.
I think that's a voice to text that did not work out well.
Oh, I bet you're right. Yeah. There you go, guys. Stream exclusive.
Yeah, stream it by exclusive. You just delete it. Morning, Sandy. Good morning.
Oh, mamacita.
Mm. All right, let me just get rid of this.
All right, so we got some Avenged Sevenfold, Hail to the King, Spoon Man from Soundgarden. Then we'll get into your call, comment, and text segments. Nice group of people on the horde this morning, so thank you guys.
Okay. Boom. There we go. For as much as I've flown in my life, and I would say I fly probably on the average of, last year obviously was a lot different, but I would say I fly on the average of 3 times a year at least.
Yeah.
Minimum. I don't run into too much crazy. I don't.
I haven't either. Like I said, there was a story on our honeymoon. The second time I flew, I got stuck next to a kid that would not shut the F up. Just talk the entire time. But no, for the most part, I think here's the one thing I run into all the time. And maybe I could save it for the air because
save it for the air.
I'll save it for the air. It's nothing drastic, but it seems to never fail. I will always get asked this question. And I'll tell you what it is.
Yeah, I get. I do the very. I don't know if it's common, but I do the thing where the moment I get on an airplane, especially when I'm traveling by myself, I always put my Bluetooth headphones.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So I do not have to talk to anyone.
No, I agree 100%.
I don't want to have unless you're like a smoke show. I do not want to talk to you, or a celebrity, and I'm sitting next to you. Oh, I do not want to talk to you.
No, I'm not a fan of it. I got no issue with the hello. How's it going? Small talk done. Headphones out. That's all I need. I will say one of the biggest things that pissed me off. So last time I went to Austin was 2019 for Austin City Limits, and I was flying back on like Monday or Tuesday, and it was the exact same day that we were closing on our house.
Mm-hmm.
So my wife's like, "Don't be late." So I'm flying out of Austin. I get to Austin, and weather, all kinds of weather. They're like, "We're going to be delayed for 2 hours leaving Austin."
Right.
So we're massively delayed. So now I'm wondering if I'm going to make our connection flight. I don't remember where I was connecting at. And, so we sat in the plane for forever. And we finally got to our destination, and they get on the speaker, and they're like, all right, everybody, if you're not making a connection flight, please, sit down, let people out who are making connection flights because it's going to be tight. I'm toward the back of the plane. I'm like, all right, thank you for the announcement. That's awesome. Landed. Everybody stood up. Nobody gave an S. And I'm like sitting there going, come on. I mean, I'm running through the airport. My shins are hurting. I'm running so fast, through the airport. I get to my gate, and I'm like, there's nobody in line. Nobody's sitting there. I'm like, oh, There's one person at the counter. I'm like, am I too late? And they're like, no, you're fine. I'm like, God damn it. Ran for nothing. But, I mean, just when everybody stood up, I'm like, you dicks? You're all dicks. They said don't do that.
No, that happens every time.
Yeah,
every single damn time.
That's a good point, Terabyte. I hate getting asked, so where are you heading? Apparently the same damn place you are, you dumbass. Oh, man.
All right, guys. We're just a few minutes out from jumping over the top of the hour. We'll dive right into our topic of the day. What is the most unacceptable thing they've ever seen someone do on an airplane? I saw one, and this was international travel.
Okay.
That my story's from. Excuse me. But that's the story I'll share. It was the first or second time I went over to Dublin.
Okay.
So I'll share that story. Speaking of, how do you want to work the first break here?
Excuse me. I've got two. I'm gonna pivot. I may not do my honeymoon one right away. I can if we need it. I don't know if we'll need it. I can tell mine. I got plenty from the stream or from the Facebook page. So I mean, what do you've got?
Let's see. I've got a story that I want to go out on one of the breaks.
Okay.
From Terabyte, because I think it's that funny.
Okay. Well, we want to end it with that one for this one.
Yeah. That's
okay.
Good.
So I'll do mine. I've got a couple. I mean, we can go back and forth on a couple if you want.
Yeah. How about you do this? It looks like you got mostly kind of short ones.
Yeah. There's a couple, but yeah, majority of them are short.
All right. So. Bum, 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 bum. And you got a bunch, right?
Yeah.
Do you have any longer ones?
Three.
Couple?
Yeah, a couple paragraph-ish.
All right, on this first one, let's go a little bit long. So you go, and then I'll do a quick one from the stream from Ryan, and then bring up a couple of your short ones from Facebook, and then I'll end on Terabyte for this first break. So we'll volley back and forth. You start with your personal.
Okay. So you're going to do me, and then you're going to do one.
Yeah, so it'll be
Okay.
Cotter, stream story, Facebook story, and then I'll wrap up with stream story. So I'll be using half of my stories here.
Okay.
All right, guys. Once again, thanks for joining us this morning. If you have a story that you'd like to share, please do so. Question of the day is: what's the most unacceptable thing that you've ever seen someone do on an airplane? I'm sure we've all jumped on an airplane before. If you haven't, what have you been doing with your life? Live a little, go somewhere. But once again, tell us your stories on what's the most unacceptable thing you've seen someone do on an airplane. You've never set foot on an airplane, Jeremy?
Interesting.
Come on, man.
My brother won't do it. He had to fly once. Flew to him and my cousin went to Mexico like the year after they graduated high school, and he said it was the worst experience of his life. He will rent a car and he'll drive down every time. Lives in Illinois, drives 20 hours to Disney. Will not fly.
I don't understand it.
Just scared. I mean, he goes, and he's not somebody who has anxiety, who gets that kind of stuff. He goes, that for whatever reason gets me every time, and it's like I'm not gonna put myself through it.
I don't know. I love flying, though. That's the weird thing. I love the feeling of jumping on an airplane, being somewhere in like 2 or 3 hours. That's completely across the country.
Yeah. Well, I was super excited because the flights to Arkansas from Savannah, every time we looked at them, were like $300-400. So I'm going to go to Family Weekend in Arkansas in September, and I didn't want to drive. It's like 16 hours, 15 hours. I don't want to
terrible.
drive. So we found round trip for like $200. I'm like, I'm buying the ticket now because I was, everything
For
else.
both of you or
Just me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Dana won't be able to take the time off school. So I'm just going to go. But $200 round trip. The biggest pain in the ass is, like I think I talked about, Fayetteville is not the actual place where the airport is. It's 30 minutes away.
Just get a sick rental car, bro.
Yeah.
Get a little T-top.
All right, got about 90 seconds. Morning, Rhett.
Heather Davis, cantaloupe with some tagine seasoning sprinkled on. It's amazing. Well, anything with tagine seasoning is amazing.
What is tagine seasoning?
It's like a Mexican seasoning.
Okay.
It's you see it. It's kind of like red in color.
Okay.
People like rim glasses, like margarita glasses, make a little spicy margarita.
Oh, nice. I like that.
Morning, Rhett. Thanks for joining us this morning. Once again, our question of the day, Sean and Rhett, maybe you guys got some good stories for us. What's the most unacceptable thing that you've ever seen someone do on an airplane? Once again, what's the most unacceptable thing that you've seen someone do on an airplane? Share your stories with us, and we'll get to those here in just a moment.
All right, got about 40 seconds.
Woo.
All right, guys, be right back. So the last 2 or 3 times I've flown, I've been put in an awkward position and asked one simple question. I'll tell you what that is coming up. Don't forget, join the Horde, get on the stream. Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. All kinds of people hanging out this morning, so be sure to get on there and say hey, like, follow, and subscribe while you're there. All right, taking your calls, comments, and texts this morning, 800-394-1061. What is the most unacceptable thing that you ever seen someone do on an airplane? Now, I had the story about my honeymoon flight, but something more current I just remembered. And
Okay.
legit, last few times I've flown, this has happened. I love the window seat.
Who doesn't?
And occasionally when I get the chance to pick my seat, I pick the window seat every time.
Unless you're drinking, there's no reason to not have the window seat.
100%. Agreed. Last few times, though, that I've flown, I've gone on the plane, all happy. No, I got that window seat, go into my seat, and I see somebody sitting there, and they're holding the kid.
What?
And I look over, they look up at me, and they're like, yeah, my husband's sitting here in the middle, and I had a seat over there. Do you mind switching so we can be together because of my kid? And they're sitting there holding the kid. You can't say, nah, move. Get your ass up. I want my seat. Legitly, last 2 or 3 times I have flown, this has happened to me.
Really?
Yes. I don't know what it is. Now, if I was in the seat and somebody came in and be like, can I swap? I'd probably say no. But once they're already there and they're always holding the kid, I mean, that's the trick. That's how they make you feel bad.
Yeah.
You're like, I can't. Yeah, okay. And it never fails. Whenever I go to their seat, middle. Middle seat.
No, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. I'd be like, yeah, sorry, I paid for that seat. That's mine.
I know. I mean, and it's just like,
You're too nice to people, man.
I hate it. I hate it. I hate it.
Yeah.
I got a kid. What am I supposed to say?
Don't take your kid on vacations. Yeah. Don't put your kid on a plane. You know what kids are on planes? Terrible.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Kids, you know what? Kids shouldn't be allowed on planes. Let's start that up. Yeah, let's get that going.
You know what? A kid-free flight, I would not be against. I would pay, depending on the extra.
No, I'm not paying extra for that. Your kid should not fly on an airplane.
Nah, I wouldn't go that far. I mean,
no, yes.
Some kids are better than others.
Kids should take bus tickets. It'll
Ship them by themselves.
It'll toughen them up on the way to vacation.
I mean, I've been in some Greyhound stations. They're rough.
Yeah.
But no, would I be a dick?
Yes.
If I said no, get out of the seat. I want to sit there.
No, you paid for that seat. It's absolutely yours.
Am I going to be, internet shamed as she's taking a picture of me, posting it to Facebook, complaining that I didn't give her the seat?
Only if you're giving like her the double birds when she's like getting out of the seat.
It's the only way I know how.
Here, let me help you, ma'am. And just give her another finger.
All right, taking your calls, comments, and text 800-394-1061. What is the most unacceptable thing that you've ever seen someone do on an airplane?
All right, so we got a comment from Ryan here on the stream. He goes, clipping your toenails or fingernails. He goes, not much of a story. A chick decided to start doing her nails on a plane to Rochester, New York. Somehow managed to get the clippers past TSA. Must have been a challenge.
I was going to say, those aren't something you can take on a flight anymore, is it?
No, you can. I mean, they're sharp and pointy, and they don't allow those things usually on an airplane. They must have somehow got through, which makes me very nervous about the TSA. Maybe they're taking the day off their job that day. But yeah, that's sort of frightening and also utterly disgusting.
Yeah, that's gross. I don't want to see anybody do that.
I don't need to see pieces of your dead body falling off, shooting everywhere,
flying
too.
all over the place.
Why haven't they built fingernail clippers or toenail clippers that don't do that? That's also another high thought, and I'm not high.
That is,
that's an invention.
Maybe that's your $1 million.
I need to eat an edible and figure that out.
Bonnie hit us up on Facebook. She said a lady eating a bucket of crab legs and then getting mad when someone complained. She said the whole damn plane smelled like the marsh at low tide. See, it's like I have nothing against people eating on a plane. Maybe you're running late, you didn't have time, you're hungry, whatever. But be respectful of what you're eating on the plane.
I feel like those things are like almost done on purpose to make a scene so people could complain about it online. Because what person in their right mind is going to bring crab legs or something like Indian food on an airplane, right? Like, it's like so common sense. You wouldn't think someone's dumb enough to do that, right?
But every time.
I guess so. Well, we got another story here on the stream, Cotter, and this one's a doozy.
Okay.
Yeah. So Terabyte drops a story into us, says, my cousin was on a plane to Vegas. About an hour before they land, they had to go to the bathroom. The bathroom was being used for 45 minutes.
Ooh.
They called the flight attendant over to check the bathroom to see if something happened to that person. Well, apparently this woman was relieving herself sensually and apparently created a slip and slide in the bathroom and got caught in the act. The woman was arrested after they landed.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. Ooh.
How did
there's so many questions here. I know. I don't have the answers, Cotter. I don't have the. We can sit down and draw a diagram. We can put some pencil to paper, maybe some crayons.
I got so many.
We're not very smart.
I got so many questions on this right now.
she was having a really good time for a long time.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Oh, dear Lord. All right, coming up next, more of your stories. If you got one, please share it. Call, comment, and text 800-394-1061. What is the most unacceptable thing you've ever seen someone do on a plane? Rise Against Nowhere Generation, Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 1061.
Terabyte, Ryan, thank you so much for those stories, man. Those are great.
Those are good. Those are good.
Don't mind me as I'm moving up some stuff.
Mile got a 3-parter from Elaine.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm actually messing with that right now.
Ah, thank you, Elaine. That's awesome.
Check the chats. I'm sure we're gonna get something on the not chat. Sorry, the text today.
Yep, nothing except Salsa Mark. So far, anyway.
So we're about 3 minutes out from going back on the air. Cotter, I can start with my story.
Okay.
Now we only have text-based stories here, so I guess we'll just go from there. So you just want to volley back and forth.
Yeah.
Is there a story that you want to lead out with? And then do you want to go 2 or 3 on this topic? Breaks.
I've got enough. I think we can go 3.
Okay.
I mean, I'd rather do that than talk about like concerts and stuff. I think we've got enough.
Okay.
So you want to start with yours?
Yeah, let me start with mine and then I don't have much after that.
Do you want some of these?
Yeah, share like 2 of those with me.
Sure.
Or maybe a couple more. I don't know, whatever. Terabyte says I left the graphic ending out. Always add the graphic ending. Let me edit that out. Okay, so this one's going to be me, Facebook. And then do you want me to go out here? Do you just want it to be kind of a 3, me, you, me?
That's fine. I've got one that's short and kind of funny. Could be an ending. We can save it for the third one. I mean, it doesn't have to be. So you, and then I can do. Yeah, I'll just do that one. I'll do that one. This one.
So I'll end on Elaine's first story.
Okay.
Here. Sorry, is that what you want to do? You just want to do 3 here? Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
so it'd be, you. I may do a couple short ones. I'll do 2 short ones.
Okay.
And then you can end it on Elaine's.
Okay, so yeah, I'll start off with mine, which isn't the longest story in the world, and then you do some Facebook ones, we'll BS about that, and then I'll jump into Elaine's, and that'll be for break 2. Happy Tuesday, Sean. How are things, buddy?
All right, got about 25 seconds, guys. 25 seconds.
Sean, have you smoked any meats lately? I feel like you haven't been sharing with the group in quite some time about your meats. Please let us know.
All right, guys, be right back. Good morning. Thank you for hanging out on the air and on the stream. Taking your calls, comments, and texts this morning. 800-394-1061. What is the most unacceptable thing you've ever seen someone do on an airplane?
So, Connor, I've got an opportunity to travel overseas a couple times, and I think it was on my first or second trip over to Dublin, Ireland, and I'm boarding the plane, right?
Yeah.
And usually on these bigger international flights, they'll have like some space at the front. So like the first couple rows will actually have kind of a few feet of distance, extra leg room, which is kind of nice. And they have TVs on those like walls. So, so that person can still watch TV, because usually there's TVs like, in the back of the seats or whatever. Anyway, so I was jumping on the plane. I'm looking left and right. I'm like, oh, my seat's kind of middle. But as soon as I get on the plane, I have to stop because there's like, 80 people in front of me putting their bags up. I look to my left, and there is a person, I don't know, 6 feet tall-ish. If I had to guess, they were sitting down. But they've been in their seat for a few moments. But they were like fully extended, their legs, and they had their feet on the television, like where they would watch, completely against the wall. Like they were just stretching themselves out before the flight.
Right.
Now, those TVs I found once I sat down, they're all touchscreen.
So shoes on, shoes off.
Shoes off. So front row, bare feet, fully extended, like putting their foot on the television screen, which is a touch screen.
Yeah.
And they were maneuvering the television with their foot.
That's gross.
Like they were going through the channels with their foot. Because you would have to kind of lean over and extend.
Right.
If you want to touch with your hand. They decided to go all feet that day. And I just thought about it. Like I could see them in a certain angle from my seat. And I wanted to just go up and slap them the entire time because it's so disgusting.
Yeah.
Bare feet should not be allowed on a plane.
Yeah, no, I get that.
And yeah, they were acting like they were an orangutan up front, like, maneuvering stuff. It just made me have the heebie-jeebies.
Yeah, I get that. Emily hit us up on Facebook, and to me, this is like the cardinal rule. You don't get to speak to the pilot. Don't ask to speak to the pilot. They're not going to let you speak to the pilot. Well, an old lady demanded that she get to speak to the pilot because she was cold. She was just, hey, I'm cold. Can I speak to the pilot?
Wait, what part of the flight was this?
I didn't say whether it was mid-flight or not. I mean, if it was mid-flight, you're a bigger idiot than I thought. I mean, pilot's a little busy. Not to talk to you about being cold.
Wow.
Also got hit up by Brian. He said a dude sitting in the middle seat was manually taking care of the two ladies that were sitting on both sides.
Wow. Did he know both of them? Or
little handiwork going on.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's no context.
He's the Ray Charles of the skies. Good for him.
Can you imagine looking over and going, yep, that's what I saw. All right, call, comment, and text 800-394-1061. What is the most unacceptable thing you've ever seen someone do on a plane?
So on the chat here, Elaine dropped in a story. She said, I was looking out the window, and she was sitting on the window seat. And she goes, and the guy on the aisle reaches over and closed the window while I was looking out of the window. So once again, she's on the window seat. He stretches over and closes the window that she was.
Not cool.
Here's the thing.
Not cool.
If you're sitting at the window seat, you own that window.
Yes, you do.
If that window's up, that's your call. That window's down, your call. That window's halfway, also your call. You own that window. You bought that window seat.
Yes.
It's essentially yours for the next couple hours. Well, she goes, I was so mad, I snapped the shade open and just stared at him, hoping he would say something. Could you imagine? You looked over like, hey, little bitch, say something. Do something. That's Elaine right there.
All right, so call, comment, and text 800-394-1061. Most unacceptable thing you've ever seen someone do on an airplane. I'm going to share my story next about the honeymoon flight and how I got no rest on this flight because I was so worried about that I may have to catch a baby. I'll tell you I may have to catch a baby. Tell you the story next. Stick around. Connor and Marshall Show, Rock 1061.
So a little follow-up from, remember Terabyte's story on that first break about the lady who created a little slip and slide in the bathroom by sensually pleasuring herself?
Yes.
He goes, let's see, did I miss a little portion of that? I don't think I did. He said, in that case, as they were escorting her out of the plane, because she got arrested, her lightsaber fell out and kicked around the aisle. Worst part is a kid was trying to grab at it thinking it was a new toy. Ooh. Good Lord.
Man, hey, you gotta, board on a flight, I guess.
Sean says, no, Marshall, I haven't smoked meat in a while, but I have decided that I will be smoking 2 blocks of cream cheese tonight after work, 2 to 3 hours, apparently. It's amazing.
I saw somebody post that. Was that you, Sean?
That really? Is that a thing? Sean, here's the deal. If you don't smoke meats in the next 2 weeks, you have to change your Twitch name. You can't be horny for smoked meats and not smoke meat. So you have a 2-week. Everyone, can we all agree Sean's on probation?
I think it's fair.
Yeah.
I think it's fair.
Sean, you're on probation. 2-week probationary period. Within the next 2 weeks, you have to smoke meat or you have to change your name on Twitch. Sorry, man. I don't make the rules, except I do. Sean had a kind of a dual story here, including a train. He goes, I was riding an Amtrak train when I was a kid and fell over onto a lady breastfeeding. That's it. That's the story. And he goes, the last time I was on a plane, there was this dude who would not sit down. The flight attendants had to keep making him sit down. It was extremely unnerving and annoying.
Damn.
Sean goes, I think Wanda actually posted the cream cheese.
Okay. Yeah, because I saw somebody post it, and I'm like, that looks delicious.
I don't have any stories for this one. I'm guessing you emailed some over?
Yeah, I emailed them over.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll tell mine real quick. It's not very long, but yeah, I thought I was going to have to catch a baby.
Okay. Let me just dive into my email here and pop these up on my computer.
Excuse me. All right.
One on the chat goes, sorry, the crotch goblins to school. And then she put driving. Wow.
All right, so let's see. Five Finger Death Punch coming up. A couple minutes left of commercials.
This first story you sent me almost makes no sense.
Which one was it?
The 80-year-old woman who convinced herself I was her nephew.
Oh, yeah. She was just asking him questions. He was making up stories.
It was just that last part, or maybe. Anyways, she wasn't unacceptable, so to speak, but definitely a first and last.
Yeah,
I'll just delete that. I'll smoke some weed either next week, this weekend, or next. It's been way too hot. Then it rained here all this past weekend. Oh, hot damn. All right, guys. Once again, thank you for hanging out on the live stream this morning. Make sure to like, subscribe, turn your notifications on all of our platforms. We appreciate it. Once again, taking your stories on what's the most unacceptable thing that you've ever seen someone do on an airplane. You may have noticed that Vic has not called in today. That's because I don't think Vic has ever been allowed on an airplane. Not because he's ever actually been on one.
Yeah.
It's because he's done such terrible stuff on land. They're like, you can never fly.
He's on a list.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Could you imagine sitting next to Vic on even a 4-hour flight?
For that, I don't think headphones would cut it. You need a sleep mask, maybe a blanket. I don't know. Yeah, that'd be rough. Love me some Vic, but that'd be tough.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Phil just shared a story that is horrific.
Oh, see, yeah.
See, yeah.
That kid should not have been allowed on the plane.
Yeah. All right. How far are we out here?
I got 4.5.
4.5 minutes. All right. Once again, guys, thank you for sharing your stories this morning. Once again, our topic is, what is the most unacceptable thing you've ever seen someone do on an airplane? Phil, your story is fantastic. Actually, how do you want to work this last break?
I'll tell mine real quick.
Okay.
I got a couple others. They're not.
Why don't you dive into?
I've pulled that one. There's the story Thomas shared about. Actually, he was going out to L.A. courtesy of Rock 1061 back in 2007.
Oh,
a lot of Xanax were involved.
Okay then. I want to share this Ryan story and Phil's story.
Okay.
We could go out on Phil's story unless you got something.
No. I'll share mine. You do those. Just end it on Phil's.
Okay. So, you, and then go into your Facebook, and then I'll wrap up.
Okay.
Yeah. So just you, me. All right, guys, got 3 minutes before we jump back in. We'll do one more break on the most unacceptable things that you've ever seen someone do on an airplane. Thank you so much for sharing your stories this morning. Pretty awesome stuff.
Yep.
I feel like we learned a lot this morning. We learned that just from the beginning of the show, we learned that Cotter does not like fruit, the majority of fruit.
Correct.
We learned that a jackfruit is not a durian.
Yep.
Just South Park guys are just too rich. We've just learned so many things just this morning. I feel like we cut the show short. We just stop at 8 o'clock.
That's
good enough.
Let's go
home. So this story just came out courtesy of 7 News in Boston. Don't know if you heard about this, Cotter. You hear about this? You know about this?
I don't know. What is it?
Target, the store, has announced that it'll begin paying the college tuition and textbooks expenses for its U.S.-based part-time and full-time employees who attend select schools.
That's kind of cool.
So they're doing this because they want to retain talent in a tight job market.
Hey, man, it makes sense. I think you want people to come work for you. I think offering incentives like this are awesome. That's great.
Target said it'll pay up to $10,000 a year for master's programs within its available network of schools. which include the University of Arizona, Oregon State University, and historically black colleges and universities like Morehouse College and Paul Quinn. Along with associates and undergraduate degrees, employees will also have access to numerous certificates and boot camp programs, according to the release.
That was one reason my oldest worked at McDonald's before, when he was still in high school.
Mm-hmm.
And you could get, as long as you're working or, work there sometime within the period of school, you get basically $10,000. It's $2,500 a semester or $2,500 a year to go towards school. I mean, it's pretty cool. So I think stuff like that's awesome. All right, got about 90 seconds.
This is a question for you, Cotter. Sandy's comment says, full-blown hand job on an airplane. Can I say full-blown hand job?
I would say H job.
H job. All right. Keep it PG for the children who are listening to our sex stories on airplanes. All
right, just over a minute.
Sandy, thanks for that story.
Tony, we were talking about Vic, being stuck next to Vic. Tony brought up a good point. Hopefully it wouldn't be a Thursday flight.
Oh.
Speaking of hand jobs.
Jesus. Honestly, I'm not lying. I honestly think he's on a list. I don't think they'd let Vic fly.
No, I think that's legit. I totally think that's legit.
Vic's a guy, if he went to another country, within 36 hours, he'd be in jail. The only acceptable place for Vic is honestly in Rincon. He could be himself out there, but nowhere else in this world.
All right, we got about 20 seconds. All right, guys, be right back. Good morning. Thank you for hanging out. Cotter and Marshall Show. We are taking your calls, comments, and text. What is the most unacceptable thing you've ever seen someone do on a plane? So for our honeymoon, at that time, 22 years ago, my wife and I lived in Illinois, flying down to Orlando to spend a week in Disney. Get on the plane. My wife was by the window. I'm in the middle. Sitting right next to me on the aisle seat is a larger lady. Not judging, but, flight's already cramped anyway, so it was tight fit.
Right.
She's holding a kid, small child.
How old do you think the kid is?
Under a year.
Okay.
I mean, small child. She proceeds to sleep the entire flight to Orlando with a kid right up here, like on her shoulder. So I spend this entire flight like doing, holding my arms out thinking I may have to catch a baby. If we hit turbulence, that baby's flying. I mean, I normally like to rest, relax on a flight. Right. There was no resting or relaxing. Because, I'm seriously sitting there. I'm catching a baby sometime within the next 3 hours. Well, it's my job now.
Sometimes larger people are, very confident in things. My old man, he used to, rest a soda can on his stomach because he used to have, a big pot belly type of stomach. So, some people just have, an unnatural talent of just, balancing things on themselves. Maybe that lady was like, I can just put this very small baby on me. It will not move the entire way. It's like having a little hammock. It's just the hammock is their giant arm and boob.
Maybe you got a point because the kid didn't move.
Yeah.
But because it's like we hit turbulence.
Yeah.
That baby bouncing off somebody, rolling onto the floor.
You just wanted to be a hero.
It's like you get asked, it's like, hey, you're sitting in the exit seats. Are you prepared for this? And they're normally like, yeah, this is easy. This was more stressful than sitting in an aisle seat because I'm like, I may actually have to do something.
That baby was in a boob hammock. You're fine. You're fine, Cotter.
I got a Facebook post from Thomas. He said it was probably me when it comes to being unacceptable. Went to L.A. courtesy of Rock 106.1 back in 2007. My buddy and I left the Atlanta airport and both ate Xanax. We slept the whole flight, and we may have scared a couple of people a row up because someone said they thought we were dead during the flight because we did not move.
Yeah, it was like a Weekend at Bernie situation.
Right. Are they dead? Do they smell?
Yeah, just Thomas and his buddy just laying there with sunglasses on.
Somebody hold a mirror under their nose.
We got some great stories on the stream, Cotter. How about this one from Ryan? Ryan said, my story would definitely include the 80-year-old lady who convinced herself I was her nephew. So he goes, so I just went along for the ride. Like 4 hours of making up stories that she confirmed would shock the hell out of me. He goes, I thought I actually was her nephew in a past life, and it was just coming back to me. He goes, it was creepy.
That's funny.
Also, another one we got here was from Phil, and this may be the topper. I don't know. This is one of the worst airplane experiences I think I ever heard of. So Phil says, my family and I were on our way to Hawaii. Way to be rich. Jeez. He goes, and it was an overnight flight. And this lady brought her toddler. Not only was the kid running around and just screaming way too loud, but at one point, the kid took all of his clothes off, stood up, and urinated right in his seat.
Oh, come on.
The mom must have been on some good drugs because she was totally oblivious. I would say something at that point. Do you shout? Do you scream? I would shout in horror.
It blows my mind as a parent that other parents just don't give any F's sometimes when it comes to their kids. How they can sleep in a situation like that and not pay any attention. How you can go to a store, not pay any attention. How you can do things and totally ignore your kids. And it's no big deal for you to let them run around and torment everybody else.
Cotter, I'm not an owner of a baby, but I am an owner of 2 small dogs.
Right.
And I know better. I put them on leashes. So I think if I owned a small baby, especially a mobile one, I put it on a leash.
You know what? I used to be against baby leashes, but I've seen situations where they were necessary. Pro leash for a kid.
Yeah, and then I saw the backpacks. They had like the little monkey tail thing.
Yes.
Those are the cutest things in the world. I mean, honestly, when you have a baby, you should just get one.
It should just come with it.
It should
Hospital
come with
gives
it.
you that.
Absolutely.
All right, coming up next, we've got the Dude of the Week death match. We'll tell you who's going against who, and we'll take those votes. Here is Bush. It is Machine Head, Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
Morning, everyone. Thanks for hanging on to the chat this morning. Greg, I noticed that you haven't said anything to Cotter about him running today, so I feel like you're not doing your job. Do I have to do this alone? Like, what the hell's going on, man?
No, I did not run today because obviously
Did you run yesterday?
I did not.
So you ran Sunday.
I ran Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I ran Sunday. No, I did not run yesterday. Mondays are going to be tough because of trivia. Hopefully, though, that'll be done after next Monday. Pretty excited. I won't have to do that anymore. So hopefully I'll be able to run on a more consistent basis.
I actually just got a text message from our third favorite sales manager. He actually just texted me 15 minutes ago. I just saw it. He goes, coming back from Utah, and he was just in Utah on a vacation with his family. He goes, this rather large dude sitting in the middle seat took his shoes off and was cutting his toenails. Well, apparently you can get like toenail clippers through TSA, no issue, like onto a plane now. But still, gross. Don't do that.
That's gross.
You know what a great place to clip your toenails? Inside your home.
It's the only place that you should clip your toenails.
Yeah.
Nobody should have to witness that. I can't today, Greg. Sorry. Taking my kid to the beach, napping on said beach, and then having dinner at Huckaboo's. Semen demon. I've never heard that term, but that is funny.
Excuse me? What'd you say?
Sean, horny for smoked meats. I'm throwing a shoe at that mom. Hey, your semen demon is pissing on the seat, causing all sorts of mayhem. Wake the F up.
Wow.
Morning, Mac. That's pretty good. I like that.
Oh, man. How much time we got before we go to break?
2 minutes.
All right.
15 seconds.
All right, guys. So here's the deal. Jumping into the Dude of the Week. Contestant number 1, 8-year-old boy selling lemonade to a bunch of Sturgis bikers. Some of that money went to St. Jude. Pretty cool stuff. Contestant number 2, just this old dude who is ungodly good at playing the lottery.
I mean, I wish I had that skill. I mean,
is it a skill? It's almost like
I wish I had that luck.
It's playing bingo.
Yeah. I mean, and it's like, and I get it. The kid on this one is kind of like the gimme, you know, when you're picking the Dude of the Week, because he's helping out St. Jude. He's raising money for his own college education. He's getting himself some nice little stuff. Being a little entrepreneur.
Yeah.
But, you know, sometimes you just got to respect a lucky MFer who's going to win the lottery twice.
Did you see the first time he won, the ticket was called Set for Life?
Yep.
Makes me want to play the lottery more. And I wonder how much those tickets were. Were they like $20 tickets?
They couldn't have been. I see. Yeah, they had to have been a little on the pricier side of the scratch.
Were they like the state lottery ticket?
Yeah, it was state. It was Massachusetts state lottery.
So those are like $3 a ticket, right?
Well, you guys, I don't know. I mean, some of the ones you buy here in Georgia, they're $20 a ticket.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm old school. I remember when tickets were. I remember the first time they introduced a $2 ticket in Illinois because I was working at the gas station. You know, we had obviously Lotto. It was like
people mad.
$2? What the hell? $2? Now it's $20.
You know what? And this is the gambler issue for me.
Yeah.
I hate that I have to pay cash for lottery tickets because let me tell you, I would have spent thousands of dollars at this point on lottery tickets if I would have had cash on me to buy them when I go to like the liquor store.
You can't charge them?
No.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It's cash only.
I haven't played the lottery.
You're not a gambler like me.
Yeah, I haven't played the lottery in over a decade. So
yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
okay.
It's purchased with cash.
Okay. Well,
especially if you want like a scratcher ticket, it's cash only.
Okay. Yeah, I had no idea.
I know. It's a real bummer.
All right, guys, be right back. It is the Cotter and Marshall Show. Good morning. Thank you guys for hanging out on air and on the stream. As always, we appreciate it. If you haven't done the stream thing yet, you should. Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. You can watch the show each and every morning. You can also like, follow, and subscribe. But right now, let's get to it.
The Dude of the Week Deathmatch.
Cool! A freak show! Let's check it out!
The Dude of the Week Deathmatch on the Cotter and Marshall Show. Rock 106.1.
You can vote right now for the Dude of the Week on the Cotter and Marshall Show Facebook page. You can also text in your vote, 800-394-1061, or hit us up on the chat. First option, Wyatt Dennis. Now, Wyatt is an 8-year-old kid. Kid loves motorcycles, has loved them his entire life. And over the past couple years, he has set up a lemonade stand. He lives outside of Sturgis, one of the biggest motorcycle rallies on the planet. I actually started it this past weekend. Now, he did this last year, set up this lemonade stand, and he was raising money for St. Jude. Made like $200
right
for St. Jude. This year, it went viral. Dude raised $4,500 for St. Jude. Now, not all of it is going to St. Jude. He's got a nice little system worked out.
So now 50% goes to college, 30% goes to St. Jude, and 20% goes to last year was a Lego. This year is a dirt bike.
Kid wants a dirt bike, man.
That's a big jump. He's going from Legos to dirt bike. So, yeah, no, good for this kid. So, like we said, last year he made $200. He got his Legos. He got enough money for his Legos. Then he gave $200 to St. Jude. Now, this year, they put up a post, and it was shared 60,000 times. Yeah, and $4,500 was donated. That's a lot of lemonade, Cotter.
And that was just in one weekend, too.
Yeah, he made a lot of money. So this kid obviously seems like a great kid, and he's got a lot going for him.
All right, option number 2 is John Hamill. Now, John is just the lucky SOB. 2006, dude won $1 million playing a scratch-off ticket called Set for Life. Last month, he won again. This time, bigger and better than ever. Played an instant game called Massachusetts Millionaires Club. He won the grand prize, $15 million.
He had a 1 in a 5.3 million chance to win that game, and he won. And that's the second time. Second time he's won the lottery. That's over $1 million.
He took the lump sum, so before taxes, he'll get about $9.7 million. They'll probably take like $3 million out of that because of taxes.
Ugh.
But I mean, and I get the kid is like the sentimental favorite, but sometimes you just got to respect a guy who is that lucky.
Like it never happens.
No,
like it never happens. Like kids selling lemonade. No offense, that can happen any day of the week.
Yes.
This guy win the lottery, unbelievable.
Yeah.
He may. I don't know. For me, maybe my vote going for this guy.
All right, so it's time now to vote for the Dude of the Week Deathmatch. Like I said, you can vote in the comments on the chat. You can hit us up on the Facebook page, or you can text in your vote, 800-394-1061. Coming up next, we'll announce the winner of the Dude of the Week Deathmatch.
All right, Cotter, you keeping a count over there on votes?
Yep, let me get this ready.
See. Elaine's got a vote for you for Lemonade. Charles, Lemonade. Terabyte. Guy who won the lottery twice? F that guy. Sandy says, you don't get to be the dude of the week by being lucky, so my vote goes to Lemonade.
Oh, okay.
Red says, the kid. Wanda, the kiddo.
Everybody.
I think we both knew the kid was going to win the entire time.
Everybody's got a heart.
I don't. The lottery guy. He seems awesome. I actually want to be friends with him. Does that lottery guy need anything? As a friend, I'd like to mow his lawn for free. I'll edge. Dude, I'm a great edger of yards. I will edge the crap out of your yard for free, sir. Heads up. Wink. Put me in the will. Wink. He was old. Probably, hopefully, going to die soon. Wink. Phil goes, I'll do it. Lottery guy. Thanks, buddy. Jeremy says lemonade. Max says lemonade.
All right. Oh, Phil. I'll do it. Lottery man.
Yeah, Cam says lottery guy.
Yeah.
So Cam down for lottery guy as well?
Yep. Perfect. You know what? Throwing our votes down, too.
All right, guys, once again, thanks for hanging around this morning. Hanging with us on the Cotter and Marshall Show. Just a little programming note. Want to make sure you guys are in the know. We are off Thursday and Friday. Cotter's got to take his kid over to college, but we'll be back next Monday. And we're actually back for a full 5 days.
I know. Shock.
Yeah.
And then you're out, what, the end of the month?
Yeah, and then I'm out at the end. I gotta go see my mom. So.
And then we're both out on the 17th.
Yeah, 17th of September. I'm going down to Universal Horror Nights.
And then October gets sketchy. I promise we'll work a full month again here soon.
Yeah, one of these days.
Because you're out, what, the first weekend of October? The first? Something like that?
No, I'm doing the show that day. Then
then you're leaving afterwards.
Yeah. So
okay, you're just out that weekend, maybe.
I'm only taking 2 days off for the next 2 months.
Okay.
I'm taking 2 Fridays off.
I'm not. Sorry, guys. I've been here long enough. I get like 4 or 5 weeks off. I got to try to cram them all in. Sorry. My apologies. Not really.
Blame Cotter, not me.
I'm okay with that. Taking the time off. They gave it to me. I'm going to use it. And then I'm going to go to Austin. Even if the ACL gets canceled, I've already got my plane ticket. I'll just go hang with my family. Another vote for the lottery guy. Ooh, not as close as we first thought.
The Lemonade Kid is going to win, guaranteed. All right, guys, if you have not voted yet, please feel free to do so. Here on the chat, due to the week death match between the lottery guy, who's the luckiest son of a bitch on the planet, versus the Lemonade Kid, raising money for St. Jude.
All right, we're going to come right out of this.
Yeah, that makes sense. So after we proclaim the dude of the week, I got a story here about Morbius.
Okay.
So that's the new movie with Jared Leto. He plays a Spider-Man villain who turns into like a vampire.
Yeah.
Not like super popular and not a villain we've seen in the Spider-Man movies before, but this movie's coming out next January, and the director may have already let slip a cameo in the film. So
okay,
I'll tell you about that. Should be kind of cool. I'm kind of excited about this. I'll tell you about that coming up after this break once we proclaim the dude of the week.
We'll get to Quizzed in the Face, top of the 8 o'clock hour. Half Second Name That Tune is back, featuring bands from Welcome to Rockville.
On the second half of the show today, we'll also get to trivia, hook you up with more passes to the Tailgate Bar Crawl. Also, Midday in the Beer Garden. That beer festival is happening this coming Saturday over at Moon River. Then we got some tiny stories in the 9 o'clock hour about Olympians' pay. I actually broke down like the top 12 countries or so and what they pay. And then we got some marriage advice. Then we'll do some Marshall's music news and wrap the show for the day. Tomorrow, Mac joins us live on the air and on camera for Chicks on Dudes.
That is correct.
And then next week, Cotter, I sent you a note. I don't know if you saw it or not about our new segment with Lauren.
Oh, no, I didn't see that.
I sent you a text.
Oh, text?
Like a week and a half ago. For our new segment next week.
Yep.
I said she was in, ready to go.
Okay.
Meant to bring it up to you on Monday, but.
Oh, yeah. We're good. Good morning. Thank you for hanging out. Cotter and Marshall Show. Of course, get on that stream, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Right now, though, it is time to determine the
Dude of the Week Deathmatch.
Cool! A freak show! Let's check it out!
The Dude of the Week Deathmatch on the Cotter and Marshall Show. Rock 106.1.
All right, I had a couple choices. You had Wyatt Dennis, 8-year-old kid, setting up that lemonade stand outside of Sturgis as bikers are heading down to one of the biggest rallies on the planet. He's raising money for his college fund, raising money for St. Jude. Also, dude just wants to buy some toys. He's 8. I get it.
Hey, he wants a dirt bike. Would you give a 8-year-old kid a dirt bike? Let alone your kid?
My kids, no.
Yeah.
I would say it depends on the kid. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I'm not initially it's not a flat no. Depends on the kid.
All right. Well, he raised $4,500 over this last Sturgis weekend. He had a post go viral. 60,000 times it was shared. So this little 8-year-old kid, Wyatt Dennis, killing it out there, making some money for not only himself, his college fund, but for St. Jude.
Option number 2 is John Hamill. Now, he's just a one lucky guy. He won $1 million in a scratch-off ticket back in 2006. Then last month, he upped the ante, won another grand prize on a scratch-off ticket worth $15 million.
That's incredible. And he did the payout too for both of those.
Yes,
he sacrificed some money because he's probably thinking, I'm already old. I'll just take the cash, please.
All right. So the winner of this week's Dude of the Week, I'll just quote Mamacita, Sandy, on this. You don't get to be Dude of the Week, but being lucky. So that means it is Wyatt Dennis picking up the win. This week's Dude of the Week. All right, coming up after 8 o'clock, Marshall is going to get quizzed in the face. It's been a while since we've done half-second Name That Tune. So we're going to have that back after 8 o'clock, and it's going to feature bands that are going to be at Welcome to Rockville.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to see how you do. Half-second Name That Tune. You guys can play along as well. It's coming up. Quizzed in the face after 8 o'clock. Cotter and Marshall Show. Rock 106.1.
Bring it on. Dennis says, he's got my name, Dennis. Dennis has obviously not had his coffee this morning.
Terabyte says, I'm going 5 out of 10 this time, Marshall. Prove me wrong.
So last week I did. I think he said I was going to get 7 out of 10.
And he did.
And I nailed it. So, yeah, dude, you know what? I don't know. I'm pretty decent
good at this game.
I'm pretty decent at Name This Tune. I bet you I'll do at least. Do I have to name the artist or an artist and
it's
song?
It's just song. Yeah, you have to. I mean, you can name the artist, but to get it right, it's always been the song.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, you got to get the song right for the point.
All right, we'll see. I don't know.
It's like, and this game's always so weird because it's like I don't want to make it impossible. It's just no fun. And then sometimes you're like, you get it put together and you look at it and you're like, oh, that's kind of easy. So I don't know. I mean, there's a couple gimmies in there like there is every time. But yeah, we'll see. All right, get rid of that song.
So there's a new Venom movie coming out. So the original Venom movie came out a couple years ago. I know you said you haven't seen it.
No.
It is kind of fun though, man.
Sure.
It's worth your time if you get an opportunity to watch it. Definitely check it out. But it's got Tom Hardy, who's one of my favorite actors. I mean, he was Bane in the last Batman movie with Christian Bale. He's been in a ton of other great films as well, and he's also been on Peaky Blinders, which is one of my favorite shows.
Yeah,
that you can catch on Netflix right now. Well, Venom: Let There Be Carnage is coming out here in the next few weeks, but there's also another Spider-Man villain film, because Venom is a Spider-Man villain, that called Morbius, excuse me. Morbius is like about this person who has some sort of disease, and he does experiments on himself, and he winds up turning himself into like a vampire. Okay. Now, it's got Jared Leto starring in this film, and it's a Spider-Man property film because he's one of the villains in the Spider-Man universe. So it's coming out on January 28th, and the director of the film, his name is Daniel Espinosa. So he's directed this film, and apparently it's been done for quite some time. They've just been holding on to it due to the pandemic. Well, he was recently quoted as stating, he goes, when you walk around there, the recording looks just like a Swedish production. But then when you look at the schedule and read names like Michael Keaton, who is the Vulture.
Okay.
Jared Leto, which obviously is going to be playing Morbius.
Right.
Tom Hardy, which no one knew who plays Venom. Then it feels cool and very exciting when he talked about the filming of the project. So
Whoops.
he kind of let everyone know that the Vulture and Venom are going to be in his Morbius vampire Spider-Man flick. So, whoops. Yeah. So now everyone knows that.
So, I mean, what's the end game? No pun intended. What's the end game for this and Spider-Man villains? I mean, because right now, Spider-Man is split, between kind of both production studios. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, are they hoping to get Spider-Man back fully to where they can have already, have this gallery of villains for him to go against? Because if not, what's the point?
I think the point is Sony's going to build up some of their villains.
Right.
And then they want them to cross over into the MCU. So when they go back and do solo films, it's almost like they're MCU adjacent films, and they'll do better because they're connected to this very popular, gigantic thing that people are following. So, I mean, Sony has the lifetime rights to Spider-Man, and the deal is
lifetime.
Yeah, so as long as they make a Spider-Man film once every 5 years, they retain the rights of the character and the characters within that universe.
Wow. So, I mean, does Venom and Morbius count as a Spider-Man movie, or does it have to be a Spider-Man flick, or do you know?
No, I think as long as they create these films, I don't know exactly, I guess, but I mean, they're making a lot of them. So.
Crazy. Okay. And I mean, maybe, I don't know. I can't trust the process when it comes to DC like I can for Marvel. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I think it's like DC couldn't get their main superheroes right. We're talking, I mean, and you're talking like Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, arguably prior to the MCU hitting big, more well-known than any of the ones the MCU spit out for their universe. So you have the cream of the crop, kind of initially, and you screw those up. So now your game plan is...
And they had great actors.
Oh, and great actors.
Yeah.
And now your game plan is, let's go to villains of one little universe, and let's bank on Morbius.
Well, that's
Morbius or whatever.
Yeah, well, it's a different company completely. Warner Brothers, doing DC.
Oh, that's true.
Sony,
My bad.
So,
my bad. I forgot. There's so many studios involved.
Not exactly connected.
Yeah, my bad.
I get it. You should be skeptical of any company doing comic book movies that's not Marvel at this point. Sandy says, Cotter, you got to watch Venom. I think it's worth it, man.
Yeah, I'm sure it's worth it.
That means Cotter's never going to watch it. He'll continue rewatching Head of the Class. Have you finished watching that?
Oh yeah, I finished that because then I went from that to Frasier.
Of
then
course.
I finished Frasier.
Oh, good for you. Sean says, and his Peaky Blinders is great. Tom Hardy was very good in Lawless as well, which is a great film. Some of Tom Hardy's smaller films, he had one where he was a famous prisoner. What is his name?
Bronson?
Bronson. Jesus Christ, what a great film that is. Max says one word, multiverse. Really? Charles says, loved Hardy in Fury Road. Yeah, Tom Hardy was great in that. Also, he said like 3 words. So, I mean, was it a great performance? Rhett said Disney should just drop the ball and offer money to Sony for the rights to Spider-Man. No amount of money, I think, will get the rights of Spider-Man back to him. Because, I mean, the Spider-Man franchise and the other movies could make billions of dollars.
Yeah.
And Disney, although they just spent a ton of money for Fox so they could get like Deadpool and everyone back and the X-Men. Yeah, I don't think they're going to be spending money on Spider-Man anytime soon. What was the verdict on Suicide Squad, says Ryan. I gave it like a 2.2 out of 5. I was disappointed overall with Suicide Squad. Didn't exactly, I mean, I didn't hate it.
No, I didn't hate it either.
I thought the film was a little too long. I felt the villain was a little ham-fisted into the overall, plot of the film. It just seemed weird. I don't know. I didn't hate it. I kind of liked it. Is it worth watching? Yes.
Yeah, I would definitely say it's worth watching.
Are you going to watch it more than once? Probably not.
Now, my big thing, I thought Harley Quinn wasn't necessary for the movie. Felt like she was just kind of crammed in there for the sake of making sure Harley Quinn was in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't a big fan of the villain at the. I mean, there was like 3 villains. I don't know. You had the army. You had the big starfish guy. You had once again, I can't think of the Thinker.
Mm-hmm.
You had the Thinker. You had, is it Viola Davis? Is that the lady who played? You had her, who's not, obviously a villain, but kind of a villain. And it's just like, who do I hate more? I don't know. I don't know. Watch it. Just watch it. But not the best. Not the best.
Yeah, I didn't love it. It's worth watching once.
It's not a true sequel. I mean, there are things that connect it to the first one, but it's not, you don't need to watch the first one.
I would say it's much more rebootish than it is.
Agreed.
A true sequel to the original film. So Guns N' Roses is morning, Holly. How are you? Guns N' Roses is setting records again, Cotter.
Okay.
So less than 2 years after becoming the first 80s video to hit 1 billion views on YouTube, Guns N' Roses' iconic Sweet Child of Mine has now reached 1 billion streams on Spotify. So where do they go now? The 87 track now joins Spotify's Billions Club, along with Nirvana's Smells Like Teen Spirit, Linkin Park's In the End, Journey's Don't Stop Believin', and Queen's Bohemian Rhapsody.
I will say, and I mean, nothing against Linkin Park, they stand out to me from that list of songs that kind of surprised me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I get Nirvana, get Bohemian Rhapsody, get Journey, get, what was the other one?
Journey, Linkin Park, Nirvana, Queen.
Queen, yeah.
Yeah.
But the Linkin Park one, or I get Guns N' Roses. New one.
Sorry.
But the Linkin Park one, that, I mean, once again, not a bad song, nothing against the band, but just kind of surprised that that's one of the small list.
Okay.
All right, we got about 4 minutes. We'll get on with Quizzed in the Face. Half second, name that tune.
Coming up in the 8 o'clock hour as well, which we just crossed over. We're also going to play Are You Smarter Than a Community College Dropout Trivia? Going to hook you up with more tickets to go check out Midday in the Beer Garden at Moon River. That's this coming Saturday from 11 until 3. There's dozens of breweries on site. There's a meadery. There's also Ghost Coast Distillery. They'll be serving up some mini cocktails for you to try as well. So that should be pretty fun. So going to hook you up with a pair of tickets to that. Also, the Tailgate Bar Crawl. That is going down on Saturday, September 4th. So 3 weeks-ish from today?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Pack and pick up is, or your starter bar is Stafford's down on right off of Bay Street. And then there's like a dozen bars to hit up. And then obviously the Bulldogs and Clemson play that night. So pretty cool stuff. Going to hook you up with not one, but 2 big ass prizes.
So came across this just kind of random story. A mom in Oklahoma throwing a birthday party for her 6-year-old daughter. Whatever happened, plans with the cake she was going to get her fell through. So she wanted to do something special because there's going to be no cake at a birthday party. So she reached out to somebody to make, kind of like a special guest appearance. Cinnamon. Not a stripper. It's not a stripper.
I'm pretty sure it's a stripper.
This isn't a stripper story. You would think maybe you're going to bring a clown to a kid's birthday party, something like that. Cinnamon also goes by Mrs. Bigfoot. She dresses in a Bigfoot outfit, wears a tutu, brings balloons. So it's something she does for kids' parties.
Interesting.
So surprised the kids. Had no idea Mrs. Bigfoot was going to be there. The kids begin to cry, scream, and run in complete and total horror
Yes.
of Mrs. Bigfoot.
Is there video of this?
I think we've got something. I don't know. I haven't watched it yet. I'm hoping it is actually the kids screaming and yelling, because that would be awesome. They said the kids eventually warmed up to her, but afterwards said, I never want to see that ever again. So
a lady who dresses up in a Bigfoot costume.
Yes. Goes to parties. The kids this time did not react well to Mrs. Bigfoot. Okay, so I'm watching the video now. She's outside the house, looking very creepily through the windows, holding a thing of balloons. I can get why they would be a little scared and frightened. Please tell me there's video of the kids running in horror, because that's just mean. Oh, that kid is. Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
Oh, a little girl just running and screaming. Oh, that kid's not liking life right now at all. He's screaming. Oh dear God, she's still screaming. Dad's picking up the kid. Oh, it's gonna be all right. I promise.
Drop that link of the video into the chat.
Yes. That is just feel bad, but no, that's awesome.
That's so stupid. All right, so we're going to drop the link to that video in the stream in case you guys want to check out that video.
You do.
Who the hell's bringing Bigfoot to a kid's birthday
That's an
party?
odd choice.
Who does that?
That's an odd choice. There we go.
And also, how is that even equivalent to a replacement for a cake?
I don't know.
If you're having a birthday party and you don't have cake, don't come to the party. Actually, cancel the party. No one's having a birthday today. There's no cake.
Sean, I still haven't bought into the whole mead thing. It's a big thing at the Renaissance Festival, obviously, but it's just way too sweet. I've had some that I've really enjoyed, and others, yeah, I agree, not so much. If you ever make it back to Savannah, go to Savannah Bee Company. They have mead tastings. You can do like a flight of meads. There, I've found a couple that I really, really like.
Yeah, some meads are just like stupid expensive. Like
Yes.
There's a Viking mead at Habersham that's like $60.
Ugh. All right, guys. Be right back. Quizzed in the Face coming up. Getting ready to quiz Marshall in the Face. How would you do on Half Second Name That Tune? Going to give you half seconds to songs from bands that are playing Welcome to Rockville. We'll put all of you to the test coming up here in just moments. Don't forget, join the Horde. A lot of people hanging out this morning, very active on the chat. Become part of that. Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Also, while you're there, please like, follow, and subscribe. All kinds of stuff going on online all the time. So get on the stream, join the Horde this morning with the Cotter and Marshall Show. All right, it's time to quiz Marshall in the Face. This is something we do occasionally. Half second, name that tune. It's been a minute since we tried it. Traditionally, you do really well at this.
I'm okay.
So I think you're going to do well today. These are bands playing Welcome to Rockville. Some of them, as always, easier than others. But bands playing Welcome to Rockville. We'll do the first five. We'll take a break. We'll come back. So, Marshall, are you ready for half second name that tune?
Let's go, bro.
All right, here we go. Here is song number 1. Or not. Let's see. All right, we're going to skip song number 1. Because for whatever reason,
I never liked song number 1.
For whatever
anyway.
reason, didn't want to play. So we're going to go right to song number 2. Here we go.
That's Mudvayne's Happy.
That is correct.
Very impressive. Very impressive. All right, there we go. So 1 for 1, because we're not counting the first one. 1 for 1. Here is song number 3. Bands that are playing Welcome to Rockville.
That is Bad Flowers 30.
That is correct.
I'm so excited to see these guys.
Oh, yeah, me
at
too.
Welcome to Rockville. One of the bands that I've been wanting to see for a very long time. I'm jacked that they're going to be at Welcome to Rockville. I think this is going to be a lot of fun. All right, so 2 for 2 so far. Here is the next song. I think this one is a gimme.
Were you trying?
Oh, that's Cypress Hill's Insane in the Brain.
That is correct.
Trying to get crazy with this, see? Don't
Wait,
you
they're
know
playing
I'm
Welcome to Rockville?
Yes, they are.
Oh, I totally missed that.
I am so down for this one, too. It's like I went back and looked at the lineup because initially I'm like, okay, it's good. I think last year's that got canceled looked a little bit better. But looking back at it, I'm like, yeah, okay, there's a lot of decent bands. I think this is going to be a solid show. All right, 3 for 3 so far. Tradition, like we said, you do well with this game. Killing it so far. So here we go. Here is the next song. Bands playing Welcome to Rockville.
That's Chevelle's Red.
That is correct.
All right, man. 4 out of 4. Song number 1 goofed up for some reason. So you are perfect in the first half.
Well, how about this? Maybe we'll get it worked out during the break. We'll come back, and we'll get it worked out. Yeah.
All right, so we got the second half of Quizzed in the Face. Half second, name that tune. Bands playing Welcome to Rockville. It's coming up after Evanescence, Better Without You, Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
We had that music on the stream.
Ah, damn it.
I wanted to say something during it. But
Nah, it's okay. No, you're not allowed. No, you're not allowed. Don't listen to it, Sean. Don't listen.
Everyone pretend you didn't hear that
Plug your
music we just
ears.
illegally streamed.
Plug your ears.
Yeah, everyone don't pay attention to it.
All right. I don't know why that didn't work. Let me see. No, if I'll have time to get to it or not a big deal.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised I'm killing it as much as I am. Elaine, exactly. She goes, I don't know what you're talking about. Sandy says, Bullet for My Valentine has their own mead. I didn't know that.
Interesting.
Yeah. I didn't realize they'd be big mead guys. Maybe they are. Didn't hear what? I didn't hear anything. Exactly, Sean. Ignore the music behind the curtain. The worst people behind it is just, it's Facebook. Facebook's the worst one that kills your stream if you...
Yeah, you guys won't get it for the second half. So sorry. All right, so I think I can play it through this.
Okay.
So we'll start with number 1.
Yeah. If we can, no big deal.
Yeah.
I'll just do 9.
All right.
All I got to do is I got to do 5. I got to do 5 for Terabyte.
You just got to get one more.
Yeah.
You're going to crush that.
Charles goes, F it, win awards. You can play half-second songs. Thanks for having our back, guys. Appreciate that.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to freak out too much over that. Maybe.
Yeah, well.
Maybe.
Never say never. The evil Facebook overlords that rule our lives. Bow down to the weird greatness that is Mark Zuckerberg. Mark Zuckerberg is the weirdest billionaire on the planet. I saw a video of him like throwing javelins the other day. Like he has this spear, like he just and then like him riding one of those like wave boards that has like the motor that sits and like you just go through the water like this.
Yeah.
It's like a surfboard, but it's an electric one.
Why is he throwing javelins?
I don't know, man. And so the people of Hawaii hate Mark Zuckerberg, but he actually purchased a large area of land, which included like some sacred land, which they did not want developed and also did not want him to buy. But they obviously pushed through the purchase, the state of Hawaii, because he's Mark Zuckerberg.
Sure.
So now he owns this land. He's like developing all this stuff on it. And people of Hawaii are just like hate him immensely. They do not want him there.
All right, got about 40 seconds. I get that, man. I get not wanting him there.
You figure if you're Mark Zuckerberg, go find an island. There's got to be like an island that he could just purchase.
Yeah.
And
100%.
then just create your own, put solar panels down, do whatever you need to, put a an air strip in there. Something. There's got to be an island somewhere we could send Mark Zuckerberg. What about Jeffrey Epstein's?
Oh. All right, guys.
Is that vacant?
I hope so. Be right back. Good morning. Thank you for hanging out. Marshall is getting quizzed in the face. Half second. Name that tune. These are bands that are going to play Welcome to Rockville. So far, you're 4 out of 4. We had some technical issues with song number 1. I think I'm making no promises. I think we've got it figured out. So we're going to try this. We're going to go back, give you song number 1 to try to complete 5 out of 5, how we normally would for the first half. So here we go. Hopefully, we'll get audio from song number 1. Once again,
I know it's Metallica.
Right.
I'm just trying to figure out which song it is. Oh, wow, there's so many Metallica songs. Why can't I think of the stupid name of the Metallica song?
With how well you did in the others, I thought this one you would nail.
I'm just going to say Master of Puppets. I can't think of the name. Yeah. What's the name of the song?
Seek and Destroy.
Seek and Destroy. That's it. Okay. I'm disappointed in myself, guys. You don't have to say it to me. I know you will say it to me on the chat and texting us and probably calling us, telling me how much I suck there, but I don't know. Okay, a 4 out of 5. You know what? I still feel bad. I still feel good. Not bad.
4 out of 5 is good. All right, so we're going to move on. This is officially now into the second half. Here we go. Here is song number 6.
Disturbed's cover of Land of Confusion. Nice.
I dig this cover, man. I've always dug this cover.
It's better than Sound of Silence.
Are you serious?
Yeah, Land of Confusion's better.
Dude, I don't know about that. Yeah. I love their cover of Sound of Silence.
I know it's a tough take. Land of Confusion is the superior cover from Disturbed.
I have to totally disagree with that.
Okay.
No, not at all.
Everyone's wrong twice a day.
All right, here we go. Here is the next half second. Name that tune. Bands playing Welcome to Rockville.
That's STP's Big Bang Baby.
Still one of my favorite songs from this band.
I love it. Tiny Gifts and Purple, 2 of my favorite albums growing up, man.
So great stuff. And don't hate on Jeff Goot, man. I'm a massive Weiland fan. I think he is one of the best front men ever in the business, and I was very skeptical of replacing him. Saw them a couple years ago when they played Welcome to Rockville, had a chance to talk to Jeff. Fantastic. I mean, really, really good. Sounds like Weiland, but it's not an impersonation.
Yeah, he does a great job. And if you see STP at Welcome to Rockville this year, you will think the same thing. It's pretty awesome.
All right, so you're doing really, really well. You're 6 out of 7. Here is number 8. And I think this is a gimme.
Why did my mind just go?
One of the most popular opening riffs of a song ever.
Have I purged all classic rock from my brain? Is there a timer on my brain that just purged? It's Lynyrd Skynyrd.
Okay.
And it's Sweet Home Alabama. Wow, why did that take so long? I'm embarrassed that it took that long.
Skynyrd, man, playing Rockville.
Playing Sunday, right?
Yeah, they're playing Sunday.
Okay, yeah.
Skynyrd's a fun band, man. I know it's like a cover band at this point in time, but
exactly, right?
It's still a lot of fun to check out. So that's kind of one of those cool classic rock additions to Welcome to Rockville. All right, you continue to kill it.
7 out of 8.
You're doing really well. So we're going to move on to song number 9. This is one of the harder ones.
This is Aaron Jones's Mercy. Thank you.
I am totally down to see this guy live.
You're in love with this guy. Just admit it. You love this dude.
So talented. His new song, I think, is the best out of the 3 he's released so far. You get a chance going to Rockville. I would say pencil in this guy. If you get a chance, check him out. So you are 8 out of 9.
Bring it on, baby.
As we head into the final one. Here we go. Song number 10. Quizzed in the Face, half second, name that tune. Bands that will be playing Welcome to Rockville.
Oh, come on. Really? You're going to end on this one?
Yeah, I'm going to end on that one.
Please, everyone, go ahead and mark me down as 9 out of 10 today. Embarrassing that I missed the Metallic song. But this is A Perfect Drug from 9 Inch Nails.
I had to throw one 9 Inch Nails song in. I was trying to find something that wasn't had like a hole and that stuff, but I went with this instead. But now you killed it, man.
When it comes to Welcome to Rockville this year, if you ever need someone to go, I wonder what song this is, stand next to me. Apparently, I'm that guy.
All right, coming up next, we're going to talk 20th anniversary countdown. It's the biggest countdown we've ever done as a radio station, and we need your help putting it together. We'll tell you how next. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
The only song you missed was a Metallica song. That is just terrible and embarrassing. Thanks, Rhett. Thanks for that. I'm going to use the restroom real quick. I'll be right back.
All right, go for it. All right, coming up next, got some Green Day. Going to get to Tool. We'll get to Are You Smarter Than a Community College Dropout, brought to you by the Savannah Bar Crawl. All of that coming up. Thank you for hanging out here on a Tuesday. I love the Sound of Silence cover, Elaine. So good. I suck at song names. Surprisingly, I do too. It's like I hate that. It's like I know the song, I'll know the band, and I just, for whatever reason, I will struggle on naming songs. You'd think I'd be good at it after 20 plus years in radio, but no, I suck. All right, so yes, coming up toward the end of the hour, Are You Smarter Than Community College Dropout? 9 o'clock hour, One last thing for the Olympics, and then we'll probably be done with that for another couple years, or a year, I guess. Winter Olympics coming up. How much Olympians get paid? Now, most countries will pay their athletes depending on what color or what medal they get. And a former Olympian put up a few countries and compared them to what the United States will actually pay their athletes. Somebody was posting to, I want to say Reddit or BuzzFeed, marriage advice. So we got like 4 or 5 that we're just going to talk about and see if it's good or bad advice. And then we'll run into Marshall's Music News to wrap up the show. So once again, thank you guys for hanging out. We appreciate that immensely. We will have a live show tomorrow. We'll be on the stream tomorrow, but then Thursday and Friday be a best of. Will not be on the stream as I drive to Arkansas to drop my kid off at school. We used to, a game we would play, Elaine, with my wife and I, we would and whenever we'd drive on long car trips, whenever a song came on, tried to make her guess who it was and what song was. She's not good. She's not good at all. Anybody else here yet, or is it just us?
Oh, they're here.
Okay. We still had the lake out in front of our building today.
Yeah.
I really thought that would, maybe go away a little bit. It didn't.
No, our drain out there is completely 100% blocked. So
Okay.
we just got a lake in our parking lot for the time being. No, Aaron and Mike and Stacy are all here. I think they're just all out having a smoke, a vape, whatever those cool kids do.
This weekend, CEW Wrestling is back to the Southbound Brewing Company.
Okay, cool.
Voodoo Jack, it's his birthday as well, so they're celebrating his birthday. So that goes down this Saturday night at Southbound. Always a great time if you haven't been out there yet. I believe Jake Thompson from Bob 1069 will be doing the ring announcing since I'll be out of town. But if you haven't checked it out yet, definitely you can get your tickets. I believe they're $15. Search Coastal Empire Wrestling on Facebook or search Southbound on Facebook. You can get your tickets through the online.
Cool. So Machine Gun Kelly, who's he was a rapper that now sort of has dived into rock. And by rock, I mean he's playing alti.
Yeah.
Like he's getting played on alternative stations. He's not really getting played on rock stations. He's just announced a new album called Born with Horns, which I kind of like.
Yeah.
And it's being produced by Travis Barker of Blink-182. He became really good friends with them, and they did a bunch of jam sessions.
Sure.
And Travis Barker seems to always show up in all of Machine Gun Kelly's videos. So he says, Born with Horns, the album. We're back for round 2. Doesn't say when it's going to be put out, but he'll be releasing a new song from it in 2 days on Thursday. So if you like Machine Gun Kelly, there you go. Sean says at the last Minnesota Wild game I played Guess the Song and Band Name. Had to drink if you didn't. It was a couple in the row above us. They ended up kicking me out of their game because I was kicking their asses. It was a fun time.
Oh, Wanda said they got matching tattoos of Born with Horns.
Oh, they did.
All right.
Machine Gun Kelly and Travis Barker. I just saw the video. But they tattooed on top of their tattoos. That's so weird to me.
I mean, you don't have a lot of room left. Machine Gun Kelly played Tommy Lee in the Dirt.
Yeah, the Dirt movie, yeah.
Yeah, he's playing Austin City Limits this year. I don't know. Might check him out. Interested?
Yeah, you should, man. I think he's worth checking out.
Yeah. Yeah, that is weird to get it tattooed right over everything, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not something I would do.
Yep. All right, got about 3.5 minutes.
Seems like a waste of money. And a waste of your previous art's value. Wanda said, Machine Gun Kelly was a horrible interview to listen to, and I had the opportunity to listen to him. Had to turn it off to something else.
Yeah, I get that.
He doesn't seem like the most introspective guy, and
No.
because he's still 20-something. He's at 20-something, right?
I
Or
think
is he
so.
older?
I don't know. He is 31.
Okay. He's still dating Megan Fox, so we got that going for him.
Yeah.
That doesn't suck.
No, that's an okay gig if you can get it. I mean, he's definitely an interesting guy.
So Netflix is doing a Addams Family spin-off series.
TV, live action or cartoon?
It's live action. So
Okay.
Netflix has an upcoming Tim Burton Addams Family series called Wednesday. And they found its Morticia. Catherine Zeta-Jones will play Morticia in this new series.
I can see that.
She will star alongside Luis Guzman, who is portraying Gomez Addams.
Luis Guzman?
Yeah.
Oh, shoot.
I think that'd be kind of fun.
That is a unique take on Gomez.
And Jenna Ortega, who is appearing as the couple's daughter Wednesday. I don't know who that is, but very interesting. I kind of want to check that out.
I'll watch that.
Tim Burton. It says Tim Burton's Addams Family. So anyway.
No, I'll check that out. About a minute 20. The Addams Family movies with Raul Julia and all that stuff, those are good.
Yeah.
Even like the direct-to-video ones they did with Tim Curry, just because I love Tim Curry. Those I didn't mind those either.
So that new, speaking of, we were talking about the Marvel Cinematic Universe earlier. They're actually releasing, I think it's this week, is the first episodes of that animated series, What If?
Okay. Now, I heard it was less, I was hoping for like standalone stories each week, and just be like, let's get weird with this, let's get weird with that. But it sounds like it's one big story that one thing changes a bunch of things.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it can still be cool, but...
yeah, it looks like tomorrow. Tomorrow comes out the very first episode of the animated What If series.
Okay. Got about 30 seconds.
Yeah, I'll definitely watch that.
Yeah, I'll check that out.
That sounds pretty cool.
Yeah.
Another Disney Plus thing. Yeah, Zombie is redoing the Munsters. He's currently filming. If you actually follow Rob Zombie on Instagram, he showed off like the schematics of the mansion.
Oh, yeah.
He showed off costumes for like Eddie and Grandpa Munster. So
yeah.
Pretty cool stuff.
All right, guys, be right back. All year long, Rock 106.1 has been celebrating our 20th anniversary. That continues Labor Day weekend. We're pulling off the biggest countdown we have ever done. It is the 20th anniversary countdown, counting down the top 1,061 songs ever played on Rock 106.1.
So if you have an opinion on what should be a part of that countdown, and you should, just let us know what should make it by going to rock1061.com, dropping in your name, your email, and, of course, your favorite song or /songs. If you think you've got 2, 3, 37, it doesn't matter. Let us know right now at rock1061.com because Cotter is currently compiling the list of the best 1,061 songs ever played on this radio station.
And your input is helpful. So trust me, head up the website. 20th anniversary countdown coming Labor Day weekend, Rock 106.1. Coming up next, time to play some Are You Smarter Than a Community College Dropout trivia. Here's Seether. It's Fine Again. Rock 106.1.
Shauna says that doesn't match for me for Luis Guzman. Isn't he just short and fat? I guess that last thing I saw him in was Shameless. Yeah, the last thing I think I saw him in too, but I think he'll pull off Gomez. I don't know why. I feel semi-confident that he could pull it off. Plus, it's a series more based on Wednesday, so hopefully he only appears for like a little bit. It's not like, an Addams Family
right
continued series. Kind of like remember the second Addams Family movie with Christina Ricci, where she went to
camp?
Yeah, when she went to camp.
Yeah. I don't know. I like those. I always like those movies.
I just hope it's a little gory. Like, I don't want it to be like cute. Like, I want them to I want to see gallons and buckets of blood in it. I think that'd be kind of cool.
I mean, it's like with Rob Zombie doing Monsters, I want that to be R. This doesn't have to be like a hard R, but I definitely would like to see more ghoulish and less, polished. All right, got about 2:45. 2:45.
All right, let me pop open this real quick. Trivia for today, just in case you get picked. You've been the popular choice over the last, few weeks.
Yeah, it's been nice. I haven't had to write trivia in a while.
Oh, well, the Monsters movie, yeah, I agree, Chris. There's no way that's going to be polished. I'm talking more this Addams Family Wednesday Netflix show. I hope that's less polished and more grimy. But definitely not a Rob Zombie movie or a TV show.
Yeah, I really hope the Monsters, I want it to be R.
Yeah.
I want to see, Grandpa Munster, kill somebody or something.
You probably, if it's Rob Zombie, you probably would.
I hope so. I don't need full-on House of 1,000 Corpses, but, give me something. Maybe they'll just kill off Lillian Munster right away, and his wife will just be out of the movie within 5 minutes.
Maybe.
All right, got about 90 seconds.
Oof. I think my trivia is 5 out of 10 easy. I'm going to say, it's like a 50-50 shot.
Okay.
You could do 5 out of 7, or you could do 3 out of 7. That's the low. You're guaranteed to get 3.
Yeah, you're guaranteed to get 3. 4 to 5 is the potential. 3 is a guarantee.
All right. All right, guys, about to jump into trivia. Less than a minute. If you want to play, giving you 2 prizes guaranteed. First prize is going to be Midday in the Beer Garden tickets. It's happening this coming Saturday at Moon River. We'll also hook you with passes to go to that bar crawl with Tailgate Bar Crawl with our friends over at Savannah Bar Crawl. So you get 2 prizes just for playing. Doesn't matter whether you win, lose, or tie. You win stuff from us. Plus, the cool thing about both these prizes, you don't have to come to the radio station and pick them up. We literally all we need is your email address, and then we just shoot them right to you. It's pretty cool.
Perfect. All right, guys, got about 30 seconds.
Get my timer ready on my phone. Here we go. Bum, bum, bum. Never. Okay. Never's good.
All right, guys, be right back. Are you smarter than a community college dropout? It's trivia brought to you by the Savannah Bar Crawl, and it's time to find out. 1 round of trivia, 7 questions, 60 seconds. Are you ready?
I hope you're ready, because you should start calling right now, 1-800-394-1061. Just by playing. It doesn't matter if you beat us, you lose to us, you tie to us, you'll get 2 prizes. The first one, Midday in the Beer Garden at Moon River. You get a pair of passes to go check that out this coming Saturday. We'll hook you up with that. Plus, a pair of passes to the Tailgate Bar Crawl happening September 4th. You'll start at Stafford's, you go down to all these bars, and then, of course, the big game that night, the Bulldogs versus Clemson. You'll be out, you'll be drinking, you'll be having a great time. So we'll hook you up with both of those prizes just for playing with us.
Are you smarter than a community college dropout? It's coming up next. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
What are you looking for?
My pen.
Oh, here, just ask for it, man. I got like 50 of them over here.
That's fair.
Freaking me out. You're freaking me out.
Rock 106.1, who's this?
Hey, it's Holly.
Hey, Holly, how's it going?
You know who it is.
Who do you want to take on today, myself or Marshall?
Okay, Cotter, I'll take on Marshall.
Okay, fair enough.
Cool.
All right, let me get everything ready here. All right, Holly, 7 questions, 60 seconds. Your time will start as soon as I finish question number 1.
Can you speak up a little bit?
How's that? Is that better?
That's better.
Okay, perfect. All right, 7 questions, 60 seconds. Your time will start as soon as I finish question number 1. If there's an answer you don't know, want to pass, feel free to do. And if we got time at the end, we'll come back to it. All right?
All right.
All right, here we go. Question number 1. How many face cards are in a standard deck of cards?
How many face cards?
Yes.
4, 16.
Incorrect. What tool used to cut irregular curves also lends its name to a popular type of tiling
12.
puzzle?
Say it again.
What tool used to cut irregular curves also lends its name to a popular type of tiling puzzle?
Pass.
Who debuted as the new host for The Tonight Show on February 12th, 2014?
Pass.
If a horse has a red ribbon tied around its tail, it means it's likely to do what?
If a horse has
Has a red...
got a red ribbon around its tail,
Yep.
it's pregnant.
Incorrect. Matthew Perry and Thomas Lennon took over. Matthew Perry and Thomas Lennon took over the roles of Felix and Oscar in the 2015 remake of what classic sitcom?
Say it again.
Matthew Perry and Thomas Lennon took over the roles of Felix and Oscar in the 2015 remake of what classic sitcom?
Oh, I know that one. Cosby Show.
Incorrect. Famous for his "What Me Worry" saying, who is the long-running mascot of Mad Magazine?
I don't know.
Okay, last question. What Major League Baseball team plays its home game at Coors Field?
What Major League
Baseball team.
game?
Yep. What team plays its home games at Coors Field?
Well, I don't know anything about baseball, so I'm going to have to say Braves. So.
All right, no worries. Okay, hold on, Holly. All right, we're going to get Marshall on.
I got none.
Yeah, Holly got none. So your chances of winning are good, Marshall. But Holly, don't go anywhere. Your chances of winning are 100%. We're still going to hook you up with those tickets. So hold on 1 second, and we'll be right back to you, okay?
Okay.
7 questions, 60 seconds, Marshall. Your time will start as soon as I finish question number 1. Are you ready?
Yeah, bring it on.
How many face cards are in a standard deck of cards?
How many face cards? There's Jack, King, Queen, Ace, 4 times 4, 8, 16.
Incorrect.
Oh, really?
What tool used to cut irregular curves also lends its name to a popular type of tiling puzzle?
Jigsaw.
That is correct. Who debuted as the new Tonight Show host on February 17th, 2014?
14. That would have to be Jimmy Fallon?
Correct. If a horse has a red ribbon tied around its tail, it means it's likely to do what?
To do what?
To do what?
Breed.
Incorrect. Matthew Perry and Thomas Lennon took on the roles of Felix and Oscar in the 2015 remake of what classic sitcom?
The Odd Couple.
That is correct. Famous for his "What Me Worry" saying, who is the longtime mascot of Mad Magazine?
Oh, he has a name?
Yeah.
I know his name too. Pass.
What Major League Baseball team plays its home games at Coors Field?
The Rockies.
That is correct, and we're out of time. All right. Got 4 out of 7. All right, Holly, hold on 1 second. I'm going to jot down your number.
That's all right. He said 2 of the same answers I said.
All right, Holly, we are...
I'm not...
What was that?
Carter, your questions are too hard. I'm playing you next time.
Fair enough. All right, Holly, we'll reach out in the next day or so and get you set up for the prizes, okay?
All right, thanks.
All right, thank you, Holly. See you later.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Later.
All right, let's go over correct answers. How many face cards are in a standard deck of cards? Ace is not a face card, so it's 12.
Oh, damn it. Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, duh. Okay.
The tool used to cut irregular curves, also the name of a popular tiling puzzle, of course, Jigsaw. Jimmy Fallon took over The Tonight Show in 2014. A red ribbon on a horse's tail means it's likely to kick.
Kick?
Kick.
Oh, okay.
Kick you in the face.
All right.
Matthew Perry, Thomas Lennon took over the roles of Felix and Oscar in The Odd Couple. What Me Worry? Alfred E. Newman.
I forgot his name.
Yeah, I get that. And the Major League Baseball team that plays its home games at Coors Field, of course, is the Colorado Rockies. Back at it tomorrow with another round of Are You Smarter Than a Community College Dropout Trivia, brought to you by the Savannah Bar Crawl, Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
Charles, I don't know the answer to that. Let me look it up, and we'll get back to you guys right after we get done editing this.
All right, guys, we'll be right back.
All right. I think we're back on the stream. All right, here we are. Guys, thank you so much for hanging around while Cotter edited that piece of audio up that you heard live, as you always do. A few things, obviously, to get to once we came back here. First and foremost, we've had 3 0 scores ever in the history of Are You Smarter Than a Community College Dropout Trivia. We love you, Holly. You own 2 of them. Makes me laugh, but we still love you and want you to play. Yeah, so that's happened 3 total times ever since we began the show. Almost our 6-month anniversary is coming up here in about a month, Cotter. 6 months of waking up early.
Damn.
Except for last month. We've been going on a lot of vacations.
That is true. That is true.
So, man, there's a lot to get to. First and foremost, I don't know where Tim's been. Tim doesn't like our show anymore? I don't know. I actually have a theory that Tim Engineer, doesn't chime in on the show anymore because we don't have any issues in the morning anymore because he's fixed most of them, that he just sleeps in.
That could be true.
Yeah.
But we got Cake Day, which will be coming up basically Labor Day weekend.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be on that Saturday, so we'll have more details about that soon. But kind of mark that down. Hopefully everybody can attend.
Let's see. So did you see it was trending last night, and I didn't quite understand that. John Cena was trending last night.
Okay, I didn't see this.
So John Cena was trending last night because currently there is a picture of a guy, and they think this gentleman looks like John Cena, and they're calling him Black John Cena.
Okay.
So let me see if I can just showcase a picture. So,
oh yeah.
So he was trending last night, so everyone's saying that's Black John Cena.
It looks like John Cena.
It made me laugh yesterday. I'm like, what is Twitter doing right now? Going crazy.
Yeah, it's kind of what it does. It's its thing.
Wanda said that she'll be out of town for Cake Day, wedding anniversary trip. Well, wasn't Wanda talking about getting a divorce this morning? So maybe she won't be there.
Yeah.
Maybe she won't be at our wedding anniversary trip. Come to Cake Day instead. Make that the trip.
Yeah,
Save
there
the
you
money.
go.
We'll save you some cash. We'll buy you a wedding cake. Sort of. All right, guys, rushing into the final hour of the show today. I got a couple stories kicking off the 9 o'clock hour. We're going to talk about how much Olympians get paid for winning, because America and other countries like winners. They like medals to be inside of their borders. So countries actually pay you for winning medals in the Olympics. We'll talk about how much you get. We'll also give you guys some marriage advice. And then, Moana, you should be listening to this. And then, then we got some music news. And then we'll wrap the show for the day. Mac will join us tomorrow live in studio for Chicks on Dudes. And then next week, we have a new bit alert. Excited about this. Our friend Lauren, we've had her on for Beer for Breakfast before. Lauren Wolverton of Connect Savannah is going to come in for a new bit every Tuesday. Every Tuesday. Your remote for next Monday is no longer happening.
I just saw that.
Heads up.
I'm okay and disappointed with that at the same time.
Charles says, Victory North teased a real metal show announcement. Any insights? Yes. I can't say anything, but let me just confirm that there is a metal show. It is coming to Victory North Savannah. I know the band, but I can't tell you who it is. But apparently the announcement is coming today. So that's all I can really say.
That's a thing.
Unless you want me to say who it is, Cotter. If you say go ahead and tell him, I'll tell him.
No, I think we're good.
You sure?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Secrets, they are no fun. Secrets. What's the end of that? They hurt everyone.
I have no idea.
Yeah, let's just say that's the end of it. Yeah.
Oh. That's their thing. Don't want to ruin our relationship.
Oh, hey, a happy birthday alert to Eric Hune.
Oh,
Sales guy extraordinaire of Rock 106.1. Happy birthday, Eric Hune, who I don't think has ever watched the show ever, although he sells our station. No big deal.
Eric, outside of a short little time, has been with this station. Him and Monty are like the longest running employees. He went up and worked for the Atlanta Motor Speedway.
Yeah.
For a couple years and then came back. So yeah, he's been with the company for a very long time. Him and Monty Jet.
Yeah, I don't know what time they're announcing. I don't know what time they're announcing that metal show, guys. But I do know they're going to announce it today. Sorry, I laugh because I'm at Victory North Savannah's Facebook page, and Big Bald and Sexy actually comment on their page, and he goes, "We'll be the judge of that. ... Let us know who." What a ball breaker you are, Charles. Jesus Christ. Oh. And funny enough, I say that, and Big Bald and Sexy just texts me and says, "You can text me the band. You know I'll keep it a secret." You'll find out today, sir. You'll find out today.
I'll be right back.
Speaking of show announcements, this was announced yesterday. I don't know if anyone caught on to this or not. So Victory North Savannah just announced Electric Avenue, the 80s MTV experience going down Friday, November 12th.
Interested?
See. So Electric Avenue, they used a bunch of hashtags. Duran Duran, Prince, Springsteen, Tears for Fears, Journey, George Michael, Aha, Depeche Mode, Police, Queen, Naked Eyes, Retro, Rock and Roll. Okay, that's kind of cool. Yeah, that's once again Electric Avenue, the 80s MTV experience is going down at Victory North on Friday, November 12th. That's cool. See, Victory North bringing in some fun shows for us. Good stuff. All right, once again, programming alert. Breaking news. Not really. We will be having Thursday and Friday off this week from the live stream. We'll be playing best ofs on the air Thursday and Friday this week. Cotter is taking that time off so he can drive his little girl over to Arkansas for college. So we'll be off the live stream for a couple days. We'll be back next Monday. Full week of shows next Monday. Once again, we'll have all of our regular stuff with Chicks on Dudes and everything. Also, we'll have a new bit alert. Lauren Wolverton, who's a good friend of ours over these last few months, we got to know each other, and she's incredible. She works for Connect Savannah, writes for them. She is actually going to come in and do a weekly segment with us starting next week. I don't know if we have an official name for it, so I won't ruin it, but just a heads up there. We'll have another in-studio guest every single day, every single week, every Tuesday with her. So I'm very excited for that. Also, football's back this weekend. Holy crap, I totally forgot that. Football is back, I think, starting Thursday is the first preseason games, like the first true preseason games of the year. Let's see, NFL preseason schedule. Perfect. Yep, starting Thursday, man. All sorts of goodness going down. So Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, you'll see preseason games this week. Actually, right? I don't think there's any on Sunday. Oh, there is some on Sunday. Look at that. It's awesome. So Thursday, you got the Washington football team versus the Patriots. Then you have the Steelers-Eagles. On Friday, you got Titans-Falcons, Bills-Lions, Cowboys-Cardinals. And, of course, if you're a Bears fan like me, which there's like one of us in this state, it's Dolphins-Bears Saturday at 1 o'clock. I think they're airing almost all these games are getting aired on the NFL Network.
Oh,
live.
Wow. Nice.
Yeah, so preseason NFL football is back, guys. Super excited.
And our sister station, Rewind 107.9. Now you're home for the Jacksonville Jaguars.
So the head coach, Urban Meyer, has stated that he has not named Trevor Lawrence the starting quarterback yet.
Okay.
He said he's got to earn it.
Sure.
We're a month away from the start of the season. He hasn't earned it yet. He's the number 1 draft pick.
Yeah.
He's going to start.
He's going to start.
When is the Jags game? Oh, it's Saturday, 7 o'clock.
7 against the Browns.
Man, super excited. Super excited for that. Greg, the date for Cake Day is going to be Saturday, September 4th. We're working on a couple things, but we'll have details. We're looking for like a 1 o'clock, I think, right? We're talking about 1 o'clock?
Yeah. Early afternoon, have some cake, hopefully some beer.
Mm-hmm.
Hang out for a bit.
Because they go well. They go so well together.
Yeah, totally.
Cake and beer.
Yeah.
But, we'll have hopefully those details lined up by the weekend. We'll start sharing that with you guys. Got some other stuff coming up as well. But next week is a full week of shows. We'll be back next week with a new bit. We'll probably talk about the Cotter and Marshall Show Fantasy Football League.
Yeah.
Got that coming up here real quickly. So we got lots of stuff coming up in the next few weeks to hook you up with.
All right, we've got latest from Volbeat. Going to do some Pearl Jam, and then we'll get into the 9 o'clock hour. Former Olympian. I have no idea how to pronounce her last name. Monica Aximit?
Hold on, let me see. Yeah, that sounds good. Aximit.
She was missed out on the games this year. But was talking about how much athletes get paid, and she broke down 3 countries plus the United States. I did the math on it. It doesn't nearly look as bad as you think it does, except for 1 country. And by math, I mean I Googled it.
Okay. Yeah, I found like the top 10, 12 list of countries that pay out for winning a medal.
Okay.
You want me to share that with you?
Yeah, if you could. Or I can Google that as well.
I'll just shoot it to you so we can have the same list. But it was right on with what she was saying.
Yeah.
There you go.
Cool.
I'll be in town. Got to remind me closer to the time. I have a friend coming up that day on her bike. Nice.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, Labor Day weekend's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it. I'm actually staying in town this Labor Day weekend, obviously for Cake Day, but the next day, going to have some folks over to watch AEW. Watch some wrestling at my house because nothing screams America more than watching some wrestling.
I think that's fair.
Also, I'm doing my fantasy football draft that afternoon.
Oh, yeah.
Usually I do our fantasy football drafts like at night on that Sunday of Labor Day weekend. But because they're doing the pay-per-view, I had to rearrange the time. So
I think it's fair.
That's the one good thing about running the league that you're in. I can do whatever the hell I want.
It'll be this time, and you will like it.
Yeah, actually, I was talking to my wife, and I was like, we realized that, the pay-per-view is, on the same exact time as our fantasy football draft, and you can't really do both things. It just wouldn't work out.
Yeah.
So I was like, I think I'm going to change this. She goes, well, can we? And I go, we run the damn thing. We can.
Yeah, whenever you want.
Yeah. I go, I'll ask people, see if they have a big issue with it. But as long as they don't, it's fine. Elaine, good luck with your conference call. We love conference calls.
Oh, dear Lord.
They're our favorite thing in the world.
Our hearts go out to you. Thoughts and prayers.
I wish I could do one every day after the show. Oh.
But luckily, well, I guess it's really not a conference call. We do have a call.
We do have a call today at 11.
Yeah. That's not conference, though. little one-on-one action or two-on-one.
Well, actually,
it's weird.
There's 3 people. Is that a conference?
It's a two-on-one.
How many people constitute a conference call?
I would say you need at least 3 people.
So we have a conference call.
No, dialed in. Because there's 2 of us.
I'll go in the other room. It's a conference call. What we're doing later is a conference call technically.
I don't know. I don't think I'd classify it as a conference call. I think you need more than 2 parties connected to the conference. Right now we have 2.
Well, let me look. A conference call is when 3 or more people are in a phone conversation simultaneously. This is according to Google. How many people make conference call? A conference call is when 3 or more.
Yeah, I agree. I think, but all 3 have to conference in.
Are in a phone.
I don't know.
Most mobile devices allow up to 5 to 6 conference call participants at a time. Blah, blah, blah. I don't know. I'm pretty sure we're in a conference call. I don't know why you're fighting this.
I don't know why not.
I'm pretty sure we're in a conference call later, and you just won't admit it.
We're definitely on a call.
We're definitely still won't admit it. Thank you. Going back to football, man, I'm so excited for the beginning of the season. I don't know why. It feels like this offseason just felt longer than ones previously.
Yeah, I get that.
Usually it's the first weekend of February or the second weekend or whatever it was last year. It just feels like it's been literally forever since we've gotten some football. And I'm one of those guys that follow the off season of football almost as intently as I do the regular season.
Right.
I love following along with the NFL. It's always fun. Free agency, the draft. I'm always excited to see that stuff. Always excited every March and April. But there's that huge lull period in between, May, June, July, August, where you don't get a whole lot from the NFL.
Yeah.
Worst time of the season.
Yeah, I get that. All right, we got about 3 minutes.
All right, guys, thanks for hanging with us in the last hour of the show today. Going to talk about how much Olympians get paid. Then we got some marriage advice for you. And then we'll wrap up the show with Marshall's music news. See, Chris agrees with me. He goes, I agree. This year is really dragged on.
Yeah. No, I mean, obvious reasons.
Charles says, construction industry. Conference calls are as frequent as Cotter running. Get it? Because he's in construction?
Yeah, I get it.
It kind of burned you there. Tim's not around, so Charles has got to put his anger out on someone.
That's fair.
Today it's you.
I'll take it. I'll take it. Get rid of that. So I'll wait until we have a longer break, but it looks like Elon Musk is ready to rape our night skies, according to one person.
Rape our night skies?
He is working with a Canadian company called Geometric Energy Corporation to make ads in space a thing.
The only place you should be able to see them is in space. Like Jeff Bezos and the other guy should be the only people that those ads should be served to.
Yeah, we'll talk about that here in just a minute. Yeah, one person raping our night skies. Wow. All right, 90 seconds.
Yeah. All right, really plowing into this last hour, obviously, right now.
Got about a minute, just over a minute.
I think my caffeine is worn off a little bit.
Yeah, I get that.
You're dying over there.
I've had 2 cups of coffee. I haven't slept at all, man. At all.
You're going on too many damn vacations. That's your problem. See, that's the thing that sucks with what we do is like we wake up super early, and the moment we take a vacation for more than 2 days, our sleep schedule gets put off.
Yeah.
And then we're trying to get back into our regular sleep pattern. It's a bitch. I agree.
Hey, Gibby. Hello. Nah, no worries, man. Take care of your stuff. Charles, come on, Codex, no excuses. I'm not making excuses. I'm just not running. Not hearing an excuse from me. Just not doing it. I ran on Sunday, so there you go.
When are you going to run again? Better question.
That is a stellar question. If, hopefully this Sunday.
Why don't you run on the beach today, huh?
No, run on the beach sucks. This Sunday, because we'll be back, because we're going to leave Saturday to come back from things. So I'll hopefully do this Sunday. All right, guys, be right back. It is the Cotter and Marshall Show. Thank you for hanging out just past 9 o'clock. So the Olympics, they wrapped up this Sunday with the closing ceremonies. But here recently, a former Olympian, Monica Asksamit, I don't know what her name is. Anyway, U.S. fencer, competed in 2016 where she won a bronze medal. Didn't make the Olympics this year because of the pandemic where she was seated. They had to cut off, the competition, so she didn't make the cut to make the Olympic team. But she did post to TikTok recently, and then I think she shared it over to Instagram, talking about countries who actually pay people that win medals and how much you get paid depending on each medal.
Yeah, so certain countries pay a ton of money if you win a gold, silver, bronze, and some barely pay anything.
Yeah.
So is there one that kind of stands out to you, Cotter? Because I think it's kind of glaringly obvious on this sheet.
The one, you're talking about Singapore?
Talking about Singapore, Cotter.
So for a gold medal, Singapore pays out $737,000.
Wow.
Now, I did the math on the exchange rate, what that looks like American, because I'm thinking there's no way that they're paying out that much. They are. Because when you look at it compared to the dollar, $550,000, $500,000 if you score a gold medal if you're in Singapore. Now, I didn't look, and I maybe should have, how many gold medals have been won by Singapore. Maybe it's so low, they're just like, we're going to, one day we're paying it out.
Well, I mean, just to break it down, Singapore pays $737,000 if you get a gold, $369,000 if you get a silver, and $184,000 if you get a bronze. Now, compared to the United States, we only pay $37,500 for a gold, $22,000 for a silver, and $15,000 for a bronze. So, I mean, the drasticness in between these amounts is kind of crazy. Now, I get it. Singapore is probably not bringing home a ton of gold medals. I didn't see what their final count was, but I'm sure it wasn't a lot. But, I mean, there's some countries that still pay a ton more money than the U.S., like Kazakhstan, which is Borat's home country, if you forgot. They pay $250,000 for a gold medal.
Now, I was looking at some of the ones that Monica posted on her TikTok. One of those was Indonesia. Now, according to her TikTok, $746,000 if you score a gold from Indonesia. Did the exchange rate on that? Not as sexy when you look at it. 52 American dollars. Little rough in Indonesia.
I don't know if she was putting down American value.
No, I don't know. I'm assuming she was putting down what they do in Indonesia because it kind of matches up to this list. But that's $52 American.
Interesting. I don't do math, so Cotter. So I'm. But yeah, this is a really interesting list. Like even the Philippines give out $200,000 for a gold medal. So I mean, there's countries that are paying a lot more.
Well, I mean,
than we are for a good old gold medal. It's just it seems kind of strange. I'm not saying we should be like the top of the list, but I think we should be in the top 5. Let alone we shouldn't be, I don't know, 8th or 9th in the world.
I don't know if you can cough up hundreds of thousands of dollars for every gold medal, because it's like we got almost 40. I mean, that's going to add up really quick. And then if you're paying out, $100,000 for silver, we got more silvers than anything, I think. I mean, it gets really pricey really, really quick.
We gave people like $600 a week to sit at home for free for the last year. We don't have the money? Come on, Cotter.
All right, fair enough. All right, coming up next, we got some marriage advice, 4 or 5 different pieces of advice. We're going to see if they're legit or not, good or bad. We'll break that down next. Mammoth WVH, it's Don't Back Down. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
I like that answer. That's funny. That is funny. All right. Yeah, and just a incredible difference in prices when it comes to when you earn a gold medal in your country. All right, guys, coming up next, so we have some good and bad marriage advice for folks, and then we'll jump into Marshall's big news. First story up, I actually have some information on Hailstorm. They're back. They got a new single. It's coming out next week, Cotter. I'm sure you knew.
Yep.
Coming up next Wednesday, called Back from the Dead. That's the name of the new single. I'll give you all the details on what Lizzie Hale said about that new single, and, of course, their new album coming up. Speaking of Mammoth WVH, got a quick story on Eddie's kid, Wolfgang, pretty much talking crap. And we got kind of a story about Sean Morgan from Seether, who is getting, I don't know, he was real nervous about taking the stage back for the first time.
Okay,
So,
I get that. I get that.
We'll talk about those three stories coming up for Marshall's music news. Obviously tomorrow on the show as well. We have Chicks on Dudes coming up. What's the other thing we do on Wednesdays that I always
Mount
forget?
Rushmore.
Mount Rushmore.
All right, and I know you just said it. I'm sorry. I was still thinking about the other thing. What story are you doing first?
I'll do Hailstorm first.
Okay, Hailstorm.
And I'll do Hailstorm. And then I'll do Mammoth and Seether. We'll just go right in a row.
All right. Got about a minute 15.
Charles just wrote top 5. We'll do top 5s tomorrow, man. Tomorrow's Wednesday.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's probably what he's saying, thinking about things we do on Wednesday.
That's just on the stream. Oh, also, my buddy, this is a guy that I've been playing two-hand touch football with this dude forever. Michael O'Donovan. Great guy. He just was named beach volleyball coach. He is the best volleyball coach. The beach volleyball coach and assistant flag football coach over at St. Vincent's Academy. So congrats to my buddy Michael. Great guy. Great QB. If you ever needed a two-hand touch quarterback, he usually is great at throwing bombs. He's a Raiders fan, so I judge him. I judge him big time, but he's a great guy and just got kind of the big ups. Just yesterday it was announced. So congrats to my buddy Michael.
All right, guys, be right back. Good morning. Thank you for hanging out on air and on the stream. All right, so we got some marriage advice. A couple people are asked, to give some of their opinions about marriage. So we got 5 that kind of stood out, and we'll bring those up and see if they're a good idea or not. Number 1, way to start the relationship. Plan for a divorce before you tie the knot.
I mean, it's something you think about, obviously, before you ask someone to marry them.
Yeah,
you're like, well, can I spend my entire supposed life with this person? I mean, you want to go through that conversation, then you should go through, the possibilities of what could happen. But that seems a little dark, darkest timeline type situation there.
I think they're probably thinking prenup. Now, if I had, and I don't, if I had, wealth going into a marriage, I get it. I get the idea of a prenup.
Yeah, if you're Kanye West, get a prenup. So that part I get. Now, I mean, I guess there was the outside chance that, I marry my wife and somehow make a lot of money. But still, I mean, I would have made that money while married to her. So prenup or not, probably, I'd been hosed if I got a divorce. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I think thinking that when you start the marriage, especially how it's worded, plan for a divorce before you tie the knot, I think is a little harsh. Once again, this is some good and bad, I guess, marriage advice that we're throwing at you guys today. Number 2 on this list, Cotter, married couples should have separate bank accounts and separate homes.
What? Okay. I get the first one. My wife and I don't. We've had a joint bank account ever since we moved in together.
Mm-hmm.
I get if you want to keep things separate. I mean, that doesn't bother me. The separate homes thing,
that's rich people words.
Yeah, I mean, why are you doing that? I mean, why at that point? Why are you even married?
Yeah, that's just like being single. Like
yes.
Yeah,
but you're not because you're still married.
I agree with separate bank accounts. My wife and I don't have a joint bank account. I feel like joint bank account thing is coming from like an older age of,
and it may be.
Of adulting.
I'm older.
Yeah, no, definitely.
But no,
we talk about it.
I mean, it's fine. The downside to having the joint bank account, and this is legit. So when we moved in together, my wife is like, look, you can do our bills, but I'm always going to check it just because I'm paranoid and that's just me. I'm like, it's all you. You can do it. 22 years later, I couldn't get into our bank account if I had to. If my wife would die today, I would have no access to any of our money. It's not like she's hid it from me. I just have, not paid any attention to it in 20 years. So that's the downside.
It kind of seems like that's on you, Kyle.
No, I'm not blaming her. I'm taking full responsibility for that. Number 3, families shouldn't be too involved in a marriage. Even if they mean well, it's not always good for a relationship. 100%.
Yeah, here, do what I did. When you get married, make sure that you move far, far away from your family.
Yes.
So you don't see them anymore, which is like awesome.
And I mean, we kind of ran into that. Not that my wife's family was overly involved, but they all lived in this, the small town, where she grew up. All of her aunts, uncles, everybody, they all lived there. They always got together every Saturday. They always got together every Tuesday. And she felt the pressure to do that on a weekly basis, even if maybe she didn't want to or something else was going on, always felt the pressure to go. Moving away was like the best thing because it was a sense of freedom that was not, like I said, not that they were overly involved in our lives, but there was enough there. So can you imagine if you have somebody who is just an overbearing mother-in-law or father-in-law that wants to be involved in anything? Oh, it would kill me.
It sounds like your wife escaped from Tiger Ridge, Cotter.
Maybe. Number 4, soulmates aren't really a thing. There isn't one person you're meant to be with, so don't put that kind of pressure on yourself.
Yeah, I've been watching a lot of The Sopranos, and I noticed that Tony Soprano seems happiest when he's not with his wife. So actually, I agree with this.
I don't disagree with this at all. I mean, I think you can find somebody that you're more compatible with than others. I think you can find somebody obviously you're going to be in love with maybe more than others. But yeah, to say there's one person for you, man, that really cuts down your options.
Yeah, I mean, season 1, Tony, he got roughed up, almost murdered. He was in the hospital. His family came to see him. He shoot him away immediately. That's not love. now his Russian girlfriend, 24 years old, he sat there, had conversations with her. He just loves her. I'm sorry, I'm really into The Sopranos
You're really into this right now. All right, one more question on the good, bad marriage advice. This one, once again, kind of pre-marriage. No one should propose out of the blue.
I did.
No, but did you guys have a conversation about getting married?
Nope.
Really?
Yeah, I just threw it on her.
So there was no conversation about you guys getting married?
No.
Was there any fear that she would say no?
No. No. Where was she going to go?
I don't know. I'm assuming there's got to be a level up.
Yeah. No, there's definitely a level up for me. That's obvious. Literally, almost anyone's a level up for me. No, I mean, I just felt supremely confident. I mean, when you're asking someone to marry you, if you aren't confident about the thing, you would hopefully never ask. But I felt so confident.
Yeah.
And I felt like that was such the obvious step for us, although we've never really talked about it.
Right.
I felt very secure in that.
Okay. I mean, my wife didn't know when I was going to propose, but we had talked about it.
Yeah, you asked her permission to ask her to marry her.
We had the conversation. She helped pick out, the engagement ring that she lost. And, but I mean, she didn't know when it was going to happen. She thought it was going to happen like months after it, actually did. So I don't know. I mean, that to me, 'cause you see too many videos of, the big elaborate proposal, and then it just goes horribly wrong because they didn't have a conversation.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like those guys were just out of their element. Like, you have to absolutely know. As long as you're secure in it, I think you'll be fine. I mean, because once again, it's like you show up anywhere, like a job interview. As long as you have pretty good confidence, you'll probably get that job unless you really mess that up. So I feel really good about it.
So go into the proposal with confidence.
Uber confidence.
She may initially
dripping machismo.
May initially say yes, but then like 2 days later, it'll be like, wait, what?
Hey, man, you're still 1 for 1 in that moment.
There you go.
Can't take it back.
All right, coming up next, we're going to get to Marshall's music news. Story number 1, all about new stuff from Hailstorm. Got that next. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
All right. Here we are, guys. We made it. End of the show today. Just doing some Marshall's music news. Then we'll wrap for today. Once again, we're taking off Thursday and Friday this week. We won't be on the live stream, but we will have stuff on the air. We'll play some best of stuff from, back in the day.
Sorry, here, moving stuff around. All right, there we go. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Liquid, how's it going?
Here's some breaking news. A mindless self-indulgent singer accused of sex crime with a minor.
Yeah, that's not good.
Musician is being sued over the allegations. Mindless Self-Indulgence was such this insane, spastic band growing up. But Jimmy Urine, that's his real name, currently 51. Wow, he's old. He fronted Mindless Self-Indulgence back in the day. He's being sued for the sexual battery of a minor, according to Rolling Stone. This was announced just yesterday. Urine, whose real name is James Uringer, pretty close, accused of initiating a 2-year sexual relationship with a child who was 15 years old at the outset, starting in January of 1997, when Urine was 27. So he's not being arrested. He's being sued for something that happened 24 years ago at this point.
Damn.
The lawsuit, which leaves the accuser unidentified since she was 18 when the alleged crime occurred, was filed in New York Supreme Court. Interesting. These cases are crazy, especially when they take place so long after they happen.
Right. Oh, I was going to talk about Elon Musk. Here we go. Got this story, too. He's working with a Canadian company called Geometric Energy Corporation. Talk about selling advertising in space. So GEC is building a satellite called a CubeSat. One side will be a pixelated display screen where advertisements, logos, and other art will appear. A SpaceX rocket will take the CubeSat into orbit and release it. Then a so-called selfie stick on the satellite will film the display screen and live stream it to YouTube or Twitch, so we can watch it. We can watch whatever's on it down here on Earth. Saying that some people aren't cool with it is an understatement. An author named Alan Baxter tweeted, talking about Elon Musk. This guy and his raping of our night skies, firemen, the effing sun, billionaires are a planetary cancer. Another writer named Danielle Weisberg, Elon Musk sucks so bad. I'm out there camping, looking for constellations, and I see an effing billboard instead. I'm going to lose what is left of my mind.
Well, you're not going to be able to see the billboard from Earth.
It doesn't sound like it.
No, guys, you know how gigantic it would have to be for people to even be able to see it in the sky?
It's just really weird. I don't know.
So pretty much he's putting, imagine, you know how Sunset Novelties has those digital billboard trucks? They're shooting one of those into space where no one will be able to see it, and then they're just going to put a live stream camera on.
Yeah.
They're going to put like one of these cameras we have right here, probably a nicer one, on it, and then you're going to be able to like tune into a YouTube channel.
And it's going to get 1 billion views in like 2 hours.
I mean, we allowed Elon Musk to throw a Tesla into space with a spacesuit, with a guy in a spacesuit in the front seat. And where's that thing?
Yeah.
We have no idea.
Yeah.
It's off into, like, some aliens are searching around this thing right now. But if we're going to let Elon Musk just throw junk up into the sky, at least we can still watch this thing. At least it'll be in our orbit. I'm not against it.
Yeah.
I'm not against it. What if they just showed like Alien movies and you could watch Alien, but it's actually
awesome.
I think that'd be kind of cool.
Projected on the moon, so in like a full moon, you look up there and you can see it from there.
Ryan's not a fan. He goes, "That's not surprising. Terrible idea, Elon." Chris goes, "Musk is getting into the business of doing things just because he can."
Yeah,
he's got the FU money. He's 100% got the FU money. Like, essentially, rules do not apply. You know, Donald Trump back in the day said he could go out to, like, I don't know, what's like Wall Street and shoot a guy in the middle of the street and get away with it. I don't think he could, but I think Elon Musk could.
All right, guys, staying. It's been a while. Then we'll get into some Marshall's music news.
So on HBO Max, there's a new series called F-Boy Island.
I saw something about that.
So my wife loves bad reality television shows. It's just one of those poison pills that I eat because, you know, I'm married to her. But it's one of those deals where we'll watch like Love is Blind and Are You the One and all those stupid reality dating shows, and she just loves them to the nth degree.
Right.
So we saw that this show existed on HBO Max, and I think it's going to be a thing that we dive into this weekend. I mean, we watched what was that Beast show I was telling you about?
Oh yeah, I don't remember, but
yeah, it's that stupid dating show,
right,
where people wore masks to look like elephants and stupid shit. But yeah, it's F-Boy Island apparently is on the same level as all the other bad reality television shows. But I'll be watching it soon, I guess.
The name alone is
yeah, F-Boy Island.
Yeah.
But I think tonight or tomorrow night I'm watching the Woodstock 99 documentary.
Good choice.
So
yeah, I'd like to watch that.
Well, if you weren't watching so much Frasier, you'd have the time.
Done with Frasier. Plowed through it.
What are you watching right now?
Well, I was obviously last 2 weeks been the Olympics. Prior to that, I was watching Letterkenny.
Mm-hmm.
And Olympics, and then I was this past weekend into yesterday, I watched Rick and Morty. So I don't know. I don't have something queued up next.
Watch The Sopranos. Rewatch it.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
You said you never watched the last season.
We didn't. Yeah.
Go back and watch it.
Yeah, maybe.
Finish that bitch up.
All right, we got about 2 minutes.
Yeah, this year I've like burned through a bunch of shows. I'm like super proud of myself. I actually finally finished Mr. Robot.
Right.
Which was the ending I didn't love. I wish the series could have ended a little bit stronger than it did, but it had a lot of things going against it. Just with like, it took like 2 years to do the last season, and then it actually aired over the pandemic, like December, like the end of the pandemic.
Right.
Well, the first ending of the pandemic. The pre-ending of the pandemic,
right?
The mid-season credits of the pandemic, or yeah, whatever. Anyway,
he's ending.
Yeah, it aired like December, like Christmas time through like beginning of February,
right?
So it didn't air at a great time either. So anyway, watched Mr. Robot, finished watching that. Watched Vikings, all 80 episodes. Now I'm on to The Sopranos. So
yeah, we don't have anything lined up. I don't know. Have to see. Maybe. I don't know. All right, just over a minute. Get into Marshall's music news. Story number 1. It's so hard. Liquid put last episode was meh of Sopranos. Ending a show that epic and that, just that big is always so tough. I mean, it's probably always going to be decisive or not decisive. It was never going to get. No, not everybody's going to be happy watching the end. I didn't even watch the end, and I can't say I loved it. Just heard enough about it. All right, got about 20 seconds, guys. We'll be right back. Good morning. Thank you for hanging out. It is the Cotter and Marshall Show, and it is time for Marshall's Music News.
So, Hailstorm, they have a brand new song getting released next Wednesday, Cotter, August 18th. So excited, called Back from the Dead. Now, Lizzie Hale has commented on this song and just like the vibe of the album in general. She said, I'd be so much easier just to sink into the hole that I have dug for myself. The grave, the world, broken trust, guilt, toxic relationships, pressure, anxiety, and depression have helped me create. She's just talking about the song and how it brings up weird feelings of bad stuff for her. So I'm actually kind of vibing into this new idea of a more moody.
I like this.
Maybe more downtrodden, but rocky Hailstorm. Now, Hailstorm, obviously, for the last few months, has been working on some new music and a new album. Actually, for the longest time, it feels like. It's been years since they've released anything, but apparently they are gearing up for a late 2021 release date. That's this year. Before the end of the year, we're supposed to have some brand new Hailstorm, and of course, it's always a good sign when we get a new single. So once again, Back from the Dead is going to be on the airwaves starting next Wednesday, hopefully during the morning show. If not, you'll definitely be hearing it later next week right here on Rock 106.1.
All right, more of Marshall's Music News coming up. Let's do some Hailstorm. I Get Off. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
All right. Lizzie Hale, I love her, man, but she is the most generic quote giver ever when it comes to this stuff. She's like, her last quote was, "Self-love is a full-time job, and as always, the music comes to the rescue." Really?
Okay, yeah, that was.
Really, Lizzie Hale? Come on. I mean, I love Lizzie Hale. One of my favorite interviews we've ever done at Welcome to Rockville was with her.
Yeah.
She's so cool, so down to earth.
All right, 2 minutes. 2 minutes.
Next up, we got a story about Mammoth WVH, which is, Wolfgang Van Halen, Eddie's son. Eddie obviously passed away last year, and Wolfgang kind of went into hyperdrive, it feels like, creating this new project. And now he's out on tour with Guns N' Roses, opening for the guys. Got an hour to fill. No pressure.
I know, right? Your first tour is Guns N' Roses.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just stupid. Stupid.
And he cherry picked guys from other bands that aren't working right now, like
Right.
Slash and the Conspirators, like Slash's side
Okay.
piece,
Yeah.
Snake Pit or whatever Slash is calling his solo band.
Right.
He's got some guys from them, he got some guys from some other bands, and that's just his touring band.
Yeah.
Wolfgang literally did everything on the Mammoth WVH album. Everything is him.
Yeah.
It's 9 Inch Nails is just Trent Reznor technically. I mean, this is kind of it. Mammoth is just Wolfgang.
Yeah.
We got that story, and then after that, we'll get into some news on Seether, Sean Morgan. I say this all the time, but Dale, who's the bass player for Seether, he lives here in town, man. We need to get him in for beer for breakfast. I think that'd be a lot of fun to sit down and have some beers with that guy.
Yeah, I'll see. Reach out to the guy. All right, got about 25 seconds. All right, guys, be right back. It is the Cotter and Marshall Show. Marshall's Music News, story number 2.
So if you didn't know already, Mammoth WVH, which is Wolfgang Van Halen's solo album, recently came out. And, of course, he not only sings on the album, but he also plays every single instrument as well. He created this album with really no help from any other artist because he, well, did it all himself. And he kind of thinks that, you know, if you use backing tracks in a live performance, it's kind of a cop-out. This is actually his words. He goes, I think it's a cop-out to use tracks unless it's like for a keyboard part that you can't necessarily get. He goes, but when I hear about certain bands these days where it's like you have lead vocals and lead guitars pumping through the tracks, I think that's lame as hell. I think that you should just stay home and listen to stuff on Spotify if you got to play tracks on live performances. Now, one of the biggest abusers of this, not trying to call anyone out, but Nikki Sixx of Motley Crue.
Yep.
Nikki Sixx is not notoriously well known for being a great bass player. Now, he's a great songwriter.
Right.
I mean, he has songwriting credentials everywhere, including most of Motley Crue's songs are credited to him and him alone. But he's a terrible bass player. This is well known. Now, he goes, it just feels badass to be doing what we do and not have to play tracks. Sorry, he cusses a lot there, so I have to work around his bad words.
That's nice. Thank you.
He goes, we're just straight up doing it on these live performances. He goes, I think it's important. It's certainly not perfect all the time. That's the point of live performances. It's the ebbs and flows. Now, Wolfgang and, of course, his band, Mammoth WVH, is currently out on tour with Guns N' Roses, the very first tour ever for the band, so no pressure at all, going out with the legendary GNR. So there you go. When you get to see Mammoth WVH, don't worry, there will not be any backing tracks.
All right, one more story to go. We'll wrap up the show. More of Marshall's Music News next. Cotter and Marshall Show. Rock 106.1.
Yeah, I didn't edit out his cuss words there. Sorry, so I had to dance around them.
I mean, I agree with his statements. Ballsy though for your first album. Let's call out everybody who's using backing tracks.
He didn't name people.
No, but they'll be like, he's talking about me.
And last story is just short and sweet. Sean Morgan recently talked to a Detroit radio station about what it felt like to play in front of crowds again.
Cool.
What do you got going on today?
Today, Lisette is coming in, Latin Lunch on our sister station G100. I have to record her. I emailed her this morning because I'm like, I want to say she's coming in like at 1. I have to run by somebody's house and pick up kitty litter for, our horde of foster cats.
Oh, yeah.
So that's a thing. Taking Ella to the beach, is where I will nap today, out on Tybee. And then going to have some dinner at Huckapoo's, as my kids got 2 more days. 2 more days in Savannah.
Wow.
I know. So my wife and I 3 to 4 days away from crying. Bawling our eyes out.
I've got, let's see, I've got a hell of a day. I've got to go home and work. That's about it. That's kind of how my life's looking. Oh, there's Tim Janier right there. What's going on, buddy? Jump on camera real quick.
The horde has been asking about you. They want to make sure you're doing okay. They're haven't seen you on in a while.
Well, horde, I'm busy.
What have you been doing? You got that tattoo? You want to show off the tattoo?
Sure. I got this done.
Got the sick tat.
Oh,
Ladies
shoot.
and gents.
When did you get that done?
Earlier this week.
Nice, man. Where'd you go?
Custom Hustle.
Okay.
Chris did this one.
That's really nice.
So what'd you get done? What is that?
This is so he retouched that, which is Ubuntu, and then he did this one, which is Debian and the hunting sign in yellow.
I don't know what any of that means.
Yeah.
Is it cool?
No, it's really nerdy.
Okay.
No.
All right.
I have a Doctor Who tattoo. I'm not here to judge. Charles, we got 6 total radio stations in the market.
And I'm preparing for vacation, so I'm trying to visit all sites and then some, trying to get ready to be gone for a week. And so
where are you going?
Nothing happens. To Alaska.
Oh, you're going to Alaska just for a week this time?
Yeah, only for a week. My sister's getting married, so I would stay longer. I try to get up to my grandparents' cabin, which is like 6 hours travel one way. Yeah.
Wait, 6-hour travel is like once you get there?
No, so, yeah. Once you get to Alaska, then it's a 3-hour drive and then a 3-hour train ride.
So
we're talking out in the middle of nowhere.
I was going to say, this is a cabin in the middle of
nowhere.
So what do you do for food and stuff like that in said cabin?
You have to bring it with you. Okay. Anything you bring and anything you bring with you also has to be burnt after you're done. Otherwise, you bears.
It's bears.
Yeah, you track bears.
Yeah.
So,
oh, good Lord. Okay.
So if we need to murder someone, can we come to your grandparents' cabin?
I mean,
it's a long way to take a dead body.
Just burn the body and you're fine.
So burn. So kill the person before we get there.
I got to tell you, that's really not a great idea.
Oh, okay. Explain why.
Well, I mean, if you were to like, all right. So let's say that you brought somebody with you with the intent of murdering them.
Okay.
You have to go through a train ride. Like, you can't just hike there. I mean,
right.
You can, but that's like a day at least.
People are going to see you. Is what you're getting.
People are going to see you, and they're going to be like, "Oh, where did Charles go?" Right?
Hey, I just love how you're killing Charles in this conversation. I'm sure Charles will pick up on that.
He's Charles is the one I go to Alaska with to murder.
All right, now we know. Now we know, Charles. Okay, so you're saying it's a bad choice.
It's
and you
not,
can't fly anywhere closer, like into
fly?
Yeah, into your grandparents' cabin.
So my uncle tried to build a heliport and somewhere to actually land in Alaska. The cost of doing that is very high. You could potentially take a boat up the Talkeetna River, but it's a lot of fuel, and then there's nowhere to refuel when you get there.
Whew.
So.
Chris he says he loves your tattoo. He said that's one of the nerdiest things I've ever seen. Then he says,
Cheers.
Only outdone by nerdiness by a Debian tattoo?
Debian.
Yeah, that's the other tattoo he's got.
Okay, there you go.
So Greg says, congrats on your sister getting married, Tim Janier. He goes, she actually invited you, or are you just crashing it?
No, I got invited, and my son is going to be the ring bearer.
Oh, nice.
So,
nice.
Yeah.
Finally.
Is this his first time to Alaska?
No, he went for his first birthday.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, he's not going to remember this trip either. So.
Greg also says, I'll say this: Tim Janier looks like someone who plays golf really, really badly, but doesn't think so.
I don't play golf. If I did play golf, the most golf I play is whacking balls at a drive range.
Yeah. You could just Tim's not an athletic guy.
I don't recognize that I don't do that very well.
I don't catch a sports vibe when I hang out with you, Tim.
No, you shouldn't either.
And you don't like any sports, right? You're not into football or anything. No.
Really.
Yep.
I might watch baseball because it's fun to drink and watch baseball, but that's about it.
Well, it's fun to drink and do anything.
Yeah.
Well,
you can literally do anything. I'd be like, I could sit there and watch the cargo ship.
But I mean, baseball's fun. I mean, you go and you're like, root for the home team. Cool. It's just kind of fun. Do that.
I'm never taking you to a baseball game. You'd be the worst. Like, Tim, did you see that hit? You're like, what's a hit? What's a first base?
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Can I get another beer?
Yeah, you can go up and get us some.
We get some peanuts.
Well, we're glad you're alive. The Horde has been asking about you. Specifically, it's funny because Charles actually asked about you today.
Oh, okay. What's up, Charles? Is he still on?
He actually just chimed in. He goes,
don't think that'll ever happen when it comes to killing Charles.
Oh.
Yeah. No, I mean, after meeting Charles, it's a big dude. I don't think that's going to happen.
Well, Charles did mention how his hamstring is very tight. So maybe just...
got an injury. Focus on that.
Stab him, then run away and see if he'll bleed out. He won't be able to catch up with you. It's too tight.
Yeah.
And if it's cold up in Alaska, he won't be able to run at all. He'll stiffen up like a board.
That's true.
We got about 1:50.
All right.
All right, I got to finish up this paperwork.
All right, good seeing you, buddy.
Everybody, have fun.
Cake Day's coming up at the end of the month. You excited?
All
right, get out of here. The hell out of here, son of a bitch.
Close the door?
Nah.
All right, minute and a half.
Greg says it's the shirt that made him think that Tim Janier plays golf really, really badly.
I get that. That makes sense.
I don't mean to hand out awards on this show, but if there was one for worst dressed guest, I think Tim Janier would win every single time.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Tim Janier somehow, I don't know who dresses him. No one that loves him, especially himself.
I mean, I think Tim, it's
He's one of the worst all-time.
Fashion is not a priority in Tim's life.
Fashion has flown over Tim's head years ago. I don't quite understand what
fashion
he wears.
Is buried in his grandparents' backyard in their cabin in Alaska.
Yeah.
It takes him 6 hours to get there.
Yeah, and we get it. I'm the guy wearing a Celine Dion metal T-shirt. Cotter's wearing a free T-shirt from our axe throwing competition. We're not fashionistas. We know one.
Yeah, she'll be back.
Yeah, she'll be back next week. But I'm just saying, this guy, should not be seen in public.
Charles said be safe in Alaska, and that was a treat to see Tim Engineer.
Yeah, there you go. See, you ask, we deliver.
All right, guys, got about under 20. We'll be right back. Before we get out of here, one more time, Marshall's music news.
So in a new interview, Seether frontman Sean Morgan was asked about what it feels like to play in front of crowds again. He goes, "Oh man, I've got to tell you, the first couple of weekends, it was a little bit nerve-wracking because we hadn't done it in such a long time. Actually, our first show back was just a few weeks ago, and that was the first time we played in audiences in about 648 days, to be exact. So that's the longest we've ever gone without playing a show." He goes, "I think since 1999. So it's been almost 20 years since they've had that long of time between spaces of shows." Now, he said, "It was kind of a trip, man. It was the first time I felt kind of almost sick before going on." So he got the yips, the heebie-jeebies.
Yeah, I get that.
Almost puked before he went on stage. He goes, "We just did a couple of shows to sort of ease our way back into it. Then the following weekend, since then, it was been a little bit easier." He goes, "It's been a fun again to get on stage." So yeah, and just talking about the nerve, the butterflies in your stomach.
Yeah,
like a lot of people ask me, what's it feel like jumping on the radio every day? I'm like, I don't know. It feels fine. They're like, "You're not nervous?" I'm like, "Oh no, I'm dead inside."
That's true.
And that's why it's so easy to just talk as much as we do every single morning. So I get that. I mean, every once in a while, I think the first day we started the morning show, I maybe got the butterflies a little bit just because it was different. We were changing things and doing something different here at Rock 106.1. But I totally relate to Sean Morgan here, joining the stage, first time, getting on the stage, first time in 2 years.
All right, guys, that is it. We're back tomorrow. Chicks on Dudes. Mac will join us in studio top of the 9 o'clock hour. Top of the 8 o'clock hour, get to another edition of the Mount Rushmore. So to everybody hanging out on air and on the stream, we appreciate it. We'll talk tomorrow, 6 o'clock. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1. See you later, Charles, if you're not already gone.
Tim may kill you. We can't guarantee that. All right, guys, thank you so much for hanging on the show today. Obviously, lots of stuff to get to tomorrow, and it'll be the last live show of the week. Other than that, peace out. See you tomorrow, 6 a.m.
See you guys.